Okay, here we are again. The save file has been loaded. That is good, because if it wasn't, I wouldn't know what I'd do. I want to do this, actually. Because you never know when you're going to need a backup. I mean, there was one point a while ago where I accidentally deleted a whole stream that I did. Luckily, I did, in fact, keep a backup save of it, so you could just go straight back, but game like this, because you save to the one file, and you don't, like, pick your save file when you save, like you do in some other RPGs, it's easy to forget, hey, you should copy it over, so that way I have, like, let's say I did all of today's stream and then accidentally deleted it, I can just go right back to this file and do it. So hopefully I'll remember at the beginning of each stream to copy it over. And I'll just use these two, or maybe I'll use all four, I don't know yet, but excuse me, whatever the case might be, we're good for today. So we'll get started in like a minute and a half, I think. And we'll see how much of Hooktail Castle comes back to me. Did I mention it's been a little while since I played this? Yes, I did. But if it's been a while since I played this one, holy crap. The final GameCube game that we play, not for the next game we play, but for a couple of games after that, because it's another RPG, so gonna stick a few action games in between. And then the last GameCube game we'll be playing for the stream in about like 2 months, no, three and a half months probably from now. I haven't played that one in, like, at this point, I think 16 years, so good lord, it's been a while. Long time, but that's okay. It'll be fun. I'll pick it back up again, I think. I hope. Alright, it's almost 4:31, so I'm just gonna take a drink, and then we'll get going. Alright, here we go. I see that our dynamic duo, now known as the dynamic trio, has woken up from their nap, and that's a good thing because we have a lot to do today. I mean, just looking over the horizon, that's a lot of ground to cover. How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door Stream Edition. Last time we began our adventures and we recruited a couple of fancy new party members. Party is left, yes it is. We got Goombella back in Rogueport. She can help us out by showing us what things are in the area and what enemies can do. And I should probably bring her out because Koops, our second partner, is at full HP, but Goombella is not. So it's probably a good idea to bring Goombella out. We'll put the Sunstone right here because it looks like sun. And then we'll put the Moonstone right here because it looks like the moon, if I can ever get the prompt. There we go. And hopefully that'll unlock the secret. So both of them moved, and now there's an inscription on this suspiciously pipe-looking rock. Here beginneth the path to dread Hooktail Castle. Weaklings retreateth. Ye who seeketh to proceed, a power of 2 must hitteth both switches simultaneously. Addendum. If ye are a Petalburg Koopa Huzzah, your hold ability maketh this chore a snap. Any thoughts, Goombella? I think it's the same as what she said before, actually, now that I think about it. Yes, this is the same as what she said before. In any case, that gives us all the hint that we really need anyway, so let's pull Koops back out of my bag. We'll send him here, we'll use his hold ability, and then we'll send him going while we womp this with our hammer. Basically let go of the X button and then hit that with the B button in a relatively smooth sequence, and oh look, there was a pipe under the suspiciously pipe-looking, rock. Excuse me. Yawning. That's great. Yawning already, and we just started. But anyway, yeah, so there's a pipe, and that'll lead us to Hooktail Castle. I don't think there's anything to the left of this pipe, though. I know you can't go to the right of Hooktail Castle, but, yeah. do this. As you can see in the background of these areas, jumping actually lets you move a little faster, but it's almost like in, from my understanding, in some of the 3D Zelda games where you roll and you roll faster than you walk, so some people speed tech by rolling repeatedly. I don't know, I've never played a 3D Zelda outside of the probably 2 hours I've given Breath of the Wild, and I'm not planning on playing Breath of the Wild again, here we go again with the yawning, until I play it for the stream, so. There's a heart container up top, but we don't need to worry about that for right now. First, let's get inside of Hooktail Castle. If we can even get to the front door, it looks like the bridge is out. Good lord. Yeah, that's what it looks like. It's probably seen better days. I would say, sure, probably pretty ominous. But yeah, we definitely can't jump across that, and while I could send Koops over there, well, he'd pop right back after I unheld his shell toss, so let's go down here first. Or fall in the water. That's fine, too. Pulled the Goombella there. Don't tell her I said that. She'll be very upset with me. Oh, look, we both did it. Hey, Lifeblood. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. I'm just fucking around in Paper Mario. Because why not? It's fun. I enjoy it. That's a badge. Let's take a look. See if we can do anything with that. Koops, can you grab that for me? Thanks, buddy. We got an HP plus. It increases max HP by 5. I think it costs like a... You didn't even splash. Where did you go? What the hell, Koops? Yeah, it increases your HP by 5, but I think it costs 3 BP. So, I mean, I guess I can check. Yeah, it costs 3 BP, so it's... I mean, I guess it's okay. I'm not a big fan of it, to be honest, because you get plenty of HP in this game. Like, if you level up your HP like 5 times total over the course of the entire game, you've probably got enough to beat the game pretty handily, pretty easily. And I mean, you get like stuff like Happy Heart and all that stuff. You've got Sweet Treat in your pocket. You got enough HP. You'll be fine. I believe in you. Actually, let's get Goombella back out, because now... Oh, yeah, that's right. She doesn't take damage from hazards. I forgot about that. Interesting. Oh, well. But yeah, like I said, you can use the heart container if you need it, but I don't need it. So we're gonna go up here, and yeah, there's an airplane mode panel right here. We can use this to get across. Very good, very good. I used to have a lot of trouble with that when I was a kid, not because it was necessarily problematic. This just came up like after the last stream where I remembered this. We had a controller that the control stick was a little wonky, like it was broken from something, so it was always off slightly to the right, so whenever we would try to like pull up on it on the airplane to fly, it would always like lazily fall back into being slightly to the right, and it just didn't work very well. So that made that more challenging than it had to. Paper Mario bosses are the Koopa brothers from Paper Mario 1. Oh, the best Paper Mario boss are the Koopa brothers from Paper Mario 1. Yeah, I haven't played the one for the N64, unfortunately. I've been told it's pretty good, though. This is the only one of the Paper Marios I played, so I figured I'd play this one first. We might play Paper Mario 64 somewhere down the line. Do I need any stylish? I don't think so. No, I definitely do not. Okay. Well, we got a new enemy. Kind of, sort of, a little. I'd rather tattle it, actually, thank you. I'm so used to using the D-pad for, like, menu commands that sometimes I forget that I can't do it in this game, so. Anyway, that's a Koopa Paratroopa. It's basically a Koopa Troopa with wings. Easy enough to understand. Max HP is 4, attacks 2, defense is 1. Kinda hate this guy gets to fly. Goombella really wants to be a Paragoomba. Of course, you can stomp on him and he'll plunge down and be a plain Koopa Troopa. Yeah, do that and he's ours. Stomp again to flip him and his arms and legs are useless. Oops, sorry, that's not true. It looks like you can still wiggle them around a bit. That will change later on in the game when the Koopas get smart to our antics, but for now, well, we'll just do what we've been doing. I think, if I recall correctly, I could multi-bounce them to make the super guarding a little more uniform, but I don't think that super guarding a Paratroopa is all that difficult. I'm going to try it anyway, because why not? So, let's see. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's kind of hard to tell you exactly how to do it, but basically you want to listen for the sound effect, and where it has that 2 stages to the sound effect where it goes as soon as it starts to like decrease in pitch, that's when you want to press B, and then you can super guard it. So it's not too bad. Works pretty good. I still don't know why I'm doing a stylish. I don't need it. but hey, if it works, it works. I'm going to multi-bounce because I think I'm going to Sweet Treat next turn. Just to get them... Oh, see, the crowd was in my way. The sun was in my eyes. It's okay, though. There's Happy Heart activating. It gives us back a little bit of HP, so that's nice. I actually lied. I'm not going to Sweet Treat this turn. I'm going to Sweet Treat next turn after I multi-bounce again. Because I can get rid of that guy in the back. So that then I can have Goombella take care of the rest. No, actually she can't, but that's okay. It doesn't matter too much. Ooh, we got... Oh, that's a Courage Shell. I'm sorry. That was just my brain activating and being like, oh no, it's this Koopa Shell. No, that's actually a good Koopa Shell. I would have wanted that one. Oh well. Alright, let's do a little bit of this. We'll do a little bit of Poison Shrooms because I like hurting myself, apparently. Okay, that was a little close. Oh, not bad. 4 FP back. It's everything that I needed, so I'll take it. And then, yeah, you know what? Let's bring Koops out. That's fine. Because then I can kind of, this guy's going to hop back up next turn anyway, and then I can do this. Get a little stylish, and then let Koops do some breakdancing after that guy gets smushed by my electric lights that are not strapped to the ceiling properly. You guys, that's a health code violation. I'm pretty sure you're going to need to work on that. The stylish for his, by the way, is as he bounces off of the enemy, press the A button, and then as he slows down his spin, press it again, and you'll get a second one. So, yeah, there you go. It's pretty good. This is the best moment to tell you that you can buy the first Paper Mario 1 on the Wii U eShop. That is a good thing to know. It's too bad I don't have a Wii U, but I'll find other ways of getting myself a legitimate copy, legitimate in quotes, of Paper Mario 64. It's got to be out there somewhere. I don't know. I don't want to buy an N64 cartridge because, one, I don't have one, and two, it would probably cost me hundreds of dollars, but I'll figure out a way. We'll see. I'm level 4 now, so I want to get some BP, actually, because we want to start getting enough so we can equip that quick change badge that we got last time. It's a very powerful badge, and I definitely want to use it, so... Oh, okay. Not fast enough on the reaction there. Fast enough on the Super Guard reaction, though, so that wasn't too bad. Ooh, that guy's got a Sleepy Sheep. We actually want to put him away a little faster. Oh yeah, I got all my stuff back, so I actually don't need to stylish that. Whatever, doesn't matter. I'm gonna do it anyway because Koops is a good breakdancer. We gotta get him practicing. Yeah, I missed it that time. That's okay. I got a Happy Heart, so it don't really matter that I missed it. No, that's right. I don't get enough bits to buy the original. I just don't have the cash flow from that. That would be a sweet payday if I managed to get that much cash, but it's not really happening at the moment, I don't think, so. I didn't get a Happy Heart that turn. I wonder why. Maybe it's like every other turn. I don't know. I usually don't use Happy Heart very often, so... It's fine. Got a lot of dry bones around here. Kind of sucks for the Koopas that were stuck here. I wonder why they decided to stay. Maybe Hooktail just said, nope, you're not leaving. You were cursed to live here for all eternity. Ow. Thought I jumped fast enough. Evidently, I did not. Oh, they got 2 Courage Shells. Okay, so we're going to need a multi-bounce here, that's for sure. And actually, I might need Goombella out for this part, so that's... well, whatever. If they have a actually, if they use a Courage Shell, it doesn't matter if I flip them over, so their defense drops to 0 anyway if I flip them over, so even if I don't do any damage the first turn, it's fine. And now that they're all grounded, I could Power Shell them. Yeah, you know what? Might as well do that before they use all the Courage Shells, so... And you get 2 Stylishes off of that one as well, so there you go. Like I said, they give 3 defense when you use those Courage Shells. They're pretty good, but, well, doesn't really... First of all, it doesn't work on Super Guard. Second of all, again, I'm fairly certain, and I'll find out right now, if you flip them over, it actually dropped their defense to 0 anyway, so it doesn't matter too much. Actually, No, I'll find out right now. It's fine. Oh, it doesn't. Okay. Well, at least I incapacitated him, so that's nice. Makes my job a little easier. Just remember, it's always going to be Mario that gets hit by those because he's in front, and Koopa Troopas can only hit the enemy in front, kind of like with your hammers or with how Koops works. So, just keep that in mind. It's good to know, I think. Ooh, we can almost get our FP back. That's pretty good. We'll get it off the next command, and we'll get another command because we... this Koopa Troopa is only going to take 1 damage from this, so that's good. Let's see if we can get it. Nah, I was one too late, I think. I think it goes mushroom, like mushroom, poison mushroom, flower, star, shine sprite? Something like that. Ooh, that guy was going to toss a flower at me anyway. Thank you, but I think we'll be okay. I can sweet treat. It's fine. I got a heal. I got a healing charge in the bank. So, oh, we even got the flower anyway. Very nice. No, you want like 3 matching signs in the top corner, but what do? So, if you get the slots correct and you get all 3, it will restore the points that you see. So, like if you get 3 mushrooms, you'll get HP back. If you get 3 flowers, you'll get FP back. If you get 3 stars, you'll get all your star power back. If you hit this box, you'll get the power bounce badge. If you get shine sprites, you get everything back. It also fills your entire audience, so that's pretty nice. If you get 3 poison mushrooms, bad things will happen. Don't get 3 poison mushrooms. It's not good. I think it, like, reduces your HP by half, and it deletes your entire audience or something like that, if I remember right. We'll find out later, because I'll most likely get 3 poison mushrooms at some point. We'll see. Who do I want for this part? Probably still Koops. He's pretty good in here, so we'll... Oh, hello. What? What happened? That one's got different boots on. Actually, those are... If I remember right, those are very similar to the first boots upgrade of the game. We'll be getting upgrades to our hammer and our jump later. So, I mean, don't they... I shouldn't say that. I was going to say, don't they all remind you of your father? But, I mean, that's kind of racist against Koopas, so no. Really? Oh, that sucks. Sorry to hear that, man. I guess he didn't make it out after all. What? Oh, okay. Maybe it's a farewell letter? I think it's a good idea. I mean, if he wrote it for you, you probably should. I mean, even if it doesn't exactly bring you joy. I got your back, buddy. So what do we got? I came to this castle to destroy Hooktail, but I am stuck and can go no further. So in this letter, I shall note Hooktail's weaknesses for those who follow. That was very kind of his father to do that, because I wouldn't even know where to start with a dragon. I mean, I could figure it out, but, you know, whatever. Eventually I could figure it out. The dread Hooktail cannot tolerate creatures that begin with CR and end with Icket. Wonder what that could mean. Hidden somewhere in this castle is an item related to Hooktail's weakness. If one is to have any hope of defeating Hooktail, one must first find that item. That's not true. You can beat her without it. But, oh well. One last thing. If faced with ultimate doom, the fiend will use any trick to save itself. If you hope to defeat it, do not give in to your kinder nature and fall for its tricks, because it's a lie. Alas, I do not have the strength to continue writing. Already mist veils my eyes. I mean, they look pretty clear to me from now on. My last words go to my son, Colorado. Oh, I love you, and I'm proud of who you've become. Was Colorado the Koopa partner in Paper Mario 64? I could have sworn I've heard that name on a Koopa before. Yeah, maybe this isn't your dad? Just a thought. You got me all worked up for nothing, Koops, damn it. Well, but at the very least, he left us a good point, so... You're just gonna look at every pile of bones from here on out, aren't you? Oh, boy. Well, there's a key in the background there. We can't do anything about that just yet. Koops, not for nothing, you don't exactly look it, but did your dad become discolored at some point? Because he looks a little discolored in death. Hi, are you okay? I mean, it wasn't to disturb you specifically, it was to defeat Hooktail. I mean, I guess disturbing you is just kind of part of the plan. Actually, this guy has the second boots upgrade on him, if I remember correctly. I didn't notice that before. That's actually a nice use of assets, now that I think about it. Oh, he's an adventurer in Paper Mario 1? Okay, so it's a nod to that. That's kind of cool. I like it. But I don't want to be Dry Mario. Okay, I might be pretty dry after this. There's only so much rubbing against other skeletons I can do before I get a little dry. Hang on, I got this! Get out of my way. Hey, you can just womp right through them with your hammer and then take on the red bones. First mini-boss of this area. Can't flee this fight, but that's okay. I don't wanna. We're gonna fight a Dry Bones later. I'd like to get Goombella in here to tattle. Maybe I'll do it now just for the hell of it, and then we'll tattle on the Dry Bones later. Like, we'll do it for the red bones now. You really want Koops in here because Power Shell works really well against this line of enemies, so. And that's a red bones, a little too red, I think. No fashion sense, you know? I mean, it's a little gaudy. Yeah, that's why I didn't like the red color in Custom Robo. Max HP is 5, attacks 3, defense is 1, so we gotta be careful. We can't exactly jump on him. Unlike your average Dull Bones, even if you pound it to 0 HP and it crumbles, it totally might revive like a zombie. My advice is to get rid of all the Dull Bones, then attack the Red Bones, and that's a good idea because he can probably repair himself if you don't. Oh, and one more thing. Once its friends start to fall, it may create some more. So yeah, it'll summon a few. It's okay, though. This is why you want Koops in, by the way, because then you don't have to deal with 5 attacks on one turn and not knowing how to guard them properly. It's okay, though. Koops, can you handle this for me, buddy? Thanks, buddy. Apparently the Dry Bones like watching him move, so that's good. Hi there. It's a fancy trick you got there. Do I want to heal? I don't think I do, to be honest. It doesn't matter. Either one of us is going to inflict 1 damage here, so let's just take care of the Dull Bones. They've got 1 HP, if I remember correctly, so. And then they'll crumble. I don't know how much experience you can grind in this battle. Probably a decent amount, but I don't think it's infinite. I don't think, like, him summoning those will let you just keep getting experience, so. I'd have to look that up, though. But yeah, that's the gist of the turn order at this point. Just beat the Dull Bones, and then smack the Red Bones, and then eventually battle's over. So, they give decent experience, though. Aw, 1 away. 1 short this time. That's unfortunate. Oh, well. Alright, Koops, you and me. Let's finish this guy up. Eventually. He will sometimes waste a turn just attacking, by the way, instead of just spawning stuff, which lets you wail on him, which is what I want to do. So that's good. Ow. Oh, that sucks. Because if I wasn't dizzy, this attack wouldn't potentially miss and, you know, totally whiff and force me to go through 2 little things of this again, but that's okay. Let's take a gamble. Why not? Hey, it worked out. Nice shot, Koops. Despite being dizzy, you still managed to hit. Very good, very good. And that'll send all the Dry Bones fleeing away in terror of my raw power. Fantastic. Goombella, let's get you out, actually, because I think I want to heal you and Koops, really, but we'll get a sweet treat off in the next battle we're in. Yeah, see how I said we'd be fighting Dry Bones anyway? Or Dull Bones. They're not Dry Bones yet. These are just dull. They're boring because they only have 1 HP. So, yeah, I figured we'd be fighting them soon enough, so I said, yeah, you know what? Let's just tattle on them when we get that far. So, let's use a sweet treat, though, to heal up. I don't know how I didn't just hit that poison mushroom, but I am not going to look a gift horse in the mouth, so, because I just hit another one. Just waiting for the other poison mushroom. Well, didn't see it, because there wasn't another one, but that's okay. We got some good HP back. Got our FP back. That's good. And I'm missing some chat, so let's take a look. Hey Marie, how's it going? Welcome. You're here. You got off work late because this call volume is ass, so that's not good. Still no ETA and finishing training, and that's not good either. Sorry to hear you had to work over late, but I'm glad you're here now. Which girl you don't know the English name is your favorite partner? Vivian? Yeah, she's pretty good. Yeah, She's pretty solid. Maybe I shouldn't have said that now because we haven't even seen her yet, but yeah, she's pretty solid. I like her too. We'll get her later on in the game. So, that's the Dull Bones, sort of a skeleton thing. It was a Koopa Troopa once. Max HP is 1, attack is 2, defense is 1. These creeps throw bones to attack. Oh, and they build reinforcements too. Attacks that can strike multiple Dull Bones once are the most effective, so multi-bounce if you had enough power to use it. Or, in the case of having Koops, just use Power Shell. It works pretty good on all of them. I keep thinking he's hitting Mario with that. Gotta look at the trajectory, I guess. Never been good at that anyway. It's okay, though. Alright, Power Shell a go-go. And build up our... Oh, I hit it a little too late, so we can't build our Stylish. That's okay. We'll be fine. Yeah, who knows, indeed. Ooh, this looks fancy. There's a Dull Bones over there that's about to attack me, but we get our first Shine Sprite from here. A mysterious, powerful object. Collecting these will help, and that is true. It will help. With what? Well, we'll find out later. Actually, I think we already found out. If you go to Merlin in the town square near Professor Frankley's house, you can power up your partners in exchange for 3 Shine Sprites. So we'll have to keep an eye out for those because they will be useful. Goombella in this room will not be very useful because these dry bones have an innate 1 defense because they used to be Koopas, so we'll just keep Koops out for now. There's a little leeway, by the way, on Koops' shell toss. As you saw there, I went a little over the thing, but even though I went a little bit late, I still got the maximum attack multiplier out of it, so it's interesting. We got a Spite Pouch. Briefly does half damage to all foes who attack directly. That's kind of a rare drop, if I remember right. And there's another key up there. To go figure out how to get all these keys. Well, I think I see what's going on here, but let's do this real quick first. Okay, so probably... Well, first of all, we can't hit these stone blocks. They're too powerful. But if we press this... Well, it's not going to go anywhere yet, because... Yeah, there's a block on top of it, so... But if we press this... It'll bring that little purple block down. So now we can hop on over... to the block that we know we can break up here, and that'll let this yellow one rise, so that's good. I think I want to hit it and then go over there with Koops to hit that switch, I think. So that's what I'm going to do right here. Now Koops. Ah, I see. So now maybe that'll help us get that key, which will help us open that lock that was over there. Yes, it will. That's a castle key. You'll get plenty of these all over the castle. Usually there's 1 per room because most rooms have a puzzle of some kind that they will have you accomplish in order to get through. To get back, you just go like that, and it'll flip it back. Very good. Alright, I'm going to see where that yellow block goes if you get on top of it, though, before we go anywhere else. It seems like a good idea. I should probably see where the purple block goes, too, now that I think about it. Matter of fact, it might be easier to get on the purple block for now, so Koops, help me out. Yeah, remember, you can hold him in place by holding down the X button, so that makes it easy for you to do exactly what I just did there. Oh, okay, there's a door here. Let's go see what's in here. Ah, another star piece, okay. Well, I don't need that anymore because I'm not going to be getting any more of them for... I don't need them, rather, anymore, but yeah, it's helpful, I suppose. Let's let that down, and then do a little bit of this. Do a little bit of this. Get up on top. As long as you hold down the X button, Koops will stay there indefinitely, by the way, so it's... Yeah, you can just do that to do it. Can I make this jump yet? Yes, I can. Very good. There's another star piece. Anything at the end of this? Nothing, and nothing for me to throw Koops at. Okay. Well, at least we got another star piece out of it. This game pays you to explore, basically. And by pays you, I mean it pays you in star pieces, usually. So... I don't know where Koops went. Oh, there he is. He's behind the stairs. That's cool. You go where you want, buddy. You seem to be a teleporting, time-traveling super god anyway, so... Anything going to attack me in this room? I was going to take a drink, but I don't want to get attacked by a dry bones while I'm in the middle of taking some water. Wouldn't be good. There we go. We got a save point, so let's hit that up. Why not? Excuse me. And then let's see where this goes. That door over to the right is unlocked, so let's see where that goes in a second. Let me just do this real quick. and head on up on this big cube. Okay, well, we need a key for this door, so we're not going in there just yet. And actually, that's a badge that I do want right there, but we won't be getting that for a while yet because we need to find a way to get over there. As you may have seen, we're not quite high enough with these steps to get Koops over there because he'll just whack his face on the corner of the thing there. So, yeah, we can't quite get up to that just yet. We'll get there eventually, but not yet, so... Yeah, no gamer ever trusts a bit of empty behind a treasure. Yeah, they leave empty space like that behind a treasure. It's like, no, there's got to be something here. And, I mean, most of the time you're rewarded for that. Sometimes you're not, though. So, but whatever. I wonder if there's any, like, interesting interaction that happens if, like, you let one of those big cubes fall on you. That'd be kind of funny. But I don't know if there is. Alright, big guy in the back with the POW block needs to go. So let's put him in the dirt. Here's an interesting thing about the way that Koops and hammers work, basically. Like, they can normally only hit the enemy in front, but in this case, because the enemy in front is flying, you can actually hit the guy behind him because he's on the ground. So Koops will go directly underneath the guy in the air and hit the guy on the ground behind him. So that's kind of interesting. Again, just an interesting way that the game interacts with itself, you know. Sometimes I just like that stuff. It's just something that I do, I guess. I could take care of the guy in the back. Matter of fact, you know what I'm going to do? Here, let's send Koops out first. Take care of the guy in the back, because he'll do too. And then we can bring his friend down after that. Send him plummeting to the ground and onto his back. Do I want to... I could Sweet Treat next turn, I think, because then he'll pop back up next turn, and then I can knock him out. But I can heal myself in the meantime. So, let's do that, shall we? Koops doesn't really need the HP as much as Goombella, but I don't have Quick Change yet, so I can't get her in here as easily. I know there's a poison mushroom around here somewhere. There it is. After a certain amount of time, you just know it's going to be coming. Oof, that was a close one. It's a good Sweet Treat, though. We got like 12 total HP out of it. Very nice, very nice. Alright, let's bring Goombella out because I'm going to need to heal her next time I Sweet Treat, so let's get rid of this guy while we're at it. Sometimes they mess with those of us who are OCD or paranoid. Yeah, when you go to that empty space behind a treasure, it's like, oh man. And then all of a sudden they're like, nope, gotcha. It's like, just come on now. I love how Mario's jumps are legendary, but like a Hammer Bro can jump higher. Yeah, the Hammer Bros aren't known for the jumping, apparently, even though they're pretty good at jumping. So, yeah, Paragoomba has a POW block. I would like that, sir, if you could drop it. Enemies can drop their weapon, or not their weapon, their item, if they're holding it in battle, but it's usually pretty rare. It's usually pretty rare to even see them holding an item in battle, and even rarer to see them drop it. They take it with them to the grave, you see. So, that's just great. Okay, well, we're about halfway to another Sweet Treat, so then we can heal Goombella. Once I'm, you know, hurting a little bit. Oh, he even dropped it. Nice. Very good, very good. Music note inside of a cell. Interesting. We got a switch. Let's go hit it. Ah, okay. Wonder if it's timed. It is timed, okay. So, in order to get it to be untimed, Goombella, we're going to have to switch you back out again. Let's let Koops hold right here. Because he'll pop up right next to me if I go through here, so... See, there he is. And, oh, we got another one of these chests. You know what that means. Koops hasn't seen one of these yet, but... Well, yeah, it's a desolate old castle being overruled by a dragon. I would imagine it's been a while since guests have come back here. I did. Oh, come on now. Another chest told me that a while ago. Yeah, that would explain how Professor Frankly could hear the other one. How often do you get to do that, Joe, considering there aren't that many people that come here anyway? I mean, I don't see the harm. The last time I got it out of a chest, I got a traversal method that actually has helped us several times since we got it, so... I mean, I believe it. That's a small chest for someone who's probably an entire abyss dimension by himself, so... Fair enough. What do you mean, what do I mean? Ridiculous! This isn't a curse, this is a boon! I don't know who told you that, but they were wrong! I mean, of course. I mean, you seem incredibly trustworthy. Just like everyone else in these dark, black, metal-as-fuck looking boxes. I know that rule, yeah. Except in reverse order, right. The chest is incorrect. We do have to, even if we don't want to, because we can't proceed with the castle until we get this curse, so... We'll see what we can do about that, though. I think the mouse girl could steal the items from the enemy. Yeah, there's a partner that you get later. She's one of the mice race things, and she has an ability that can steal items from an enemy, so... There's a crack in the wall over here, but we can't do anything with it yet. Just remember that it's there for quite some time later, because we'll be coming back here to get what's behind there. I think there's a shine sprite in there, if I remember right, but, well, we'll come back later. We got a black key. I know what it's for, but... okay, that's not good. Koops, I'm allergic to spikes, so I don't know how this is gonna go. Look at what? Oh. Well, that's just fantastic. Yeah, we gotta get the hell out of here. So now you got 50 seconds to traverse the maze, and I think I remember how to do this. I mean, if you were paying attention before this, you could probably get out of here very easily, but I was not, so... I think you get plenty of time, though, if I remember right, to get out of here, so I'm not even worried about it. We'll find the door. Yeah, you have to go down and around here, so that's good. Well, at least we got to see the spike ceiling coming down, but... Yeah, we almost ended up like that one crazy dude out there, but... Although, his bones weren't crushed to powder by a bunch of spike ceilings, so... Remember that time in Resident Evil 4 where a spike ceiling was about to come down on me and I just kind of stared at it blankly until, like, it was way too late for me to avoid it? That was fun. Or no, actually, I didn't know what to do, so I just sort of let it crush me, and then I was like, wait, I know what to do, and it was too late to actually do it. That was how it went. That was a fun time. Yeah, let's open this spooky chest so that you can see what happens when he curses me. Hi there. I'm glad I found it too, because now I'll get a fancy new boon. See, you keep saying that, like I'm not doing this on purpose. Hello again. Actually, this is a separate pocket dimension this guy is, so... Yeah, there you go. Who's falling for anything? I actually want the curse. Watch the last curse that these guys give me actually be like an actual curse. Maybe they are actually friendly, but are hella tsundere. Yeah, that's a possibility, yeah. A decent possibility that they could just be like, it's not like I like you or anything, and they just curse you. Fantastic. This pocket dimension has a crush on Mario. Now I've seen everything. Oh, really? Okay. Fantastic. How about you do that, then? Okay, so what does this curse do? Well, he's probably right because this is more cursey. But I am a piece of paper, even without holding R. Don't you know what game we're in? No, yeah, but it's not exactly the same. Because, well, if you press and hold the R button down, you can turn sideways. And that allows you to, oh, okay, he won't let me. He has to make me hold it for a certain number of seconds so I can understand just how powerful the curse is. Yeah, so what it does is it basically lets you turn sideways so you can move up and down through bars. Before this, you could only move horizontally, and, excuse me, tight spaces were the bane of your existence because even though you're a piece of paper, you can't slip into them. But now, because we have paper mode, which is what this is called, if I remember correctly. Yes, I get it. We can slip in between stuff, like those bars that are outside, so... So that should be fun. Should be a nice little traversal tool for us. Vivian has a crush on Mario. She has a pocket dimension. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. Yeah. Don't most of the girls that you get in the party in this game have a crush on Mario? Or... I forget exactly. It's been a little while, but we'll find out. Oh, well. Anyway, yeah, we couldn't get out of here before this because the gate was closed, but now that we have paper mode, we can just slide right through. Hello, sir. Lovely day, isn't it? Anyway, let's grab this badge because why not? Its attack effects are. Change the sound effects of Mario's attacks. Okay, that's kind of interesting. I don't know why you'd need something like that, but let's check it out, why don't we? Let's put types because... I don't know, it just doesn't... I guess it doesn't look as neat as it looks with BP needed. So, I guess we'll just leave it as BP needed. I'll equip this because it costs nothing to equip it, so let's just see what it does, you know? So Power Bounce is interesting, where Multi-Bounce lets you bounce on every enemy on the field for 1 damage. Power Bounce uses 3 FP to let you jump on an enemy until you miss an action command, and you will continuously do less damage, but since you don't have more than 1 damage on your bounce at the moment, you'll always do 1 damage to that enemy with every successful action command. If you've played Super Mario RPG, it's very similar to the Super Jump or Ultra Jump in that game. So, at least I think the Ultra Jump is... Yeah, the Ultra Jump's like that, except it moves to other enemies. So it's basically just the Super Jump from Super Mario RPG, which, honestly, I don't really use the Super Jump very much in that game either. I think I usually only do it to try to get the attack scarf, but in this one I'm not really... We get a move on one of our partners that lets us basically use this without having to equip a badge, so I'd rather do it then. But now we have more BP, so I might as well equip a couple of things, right? Pretty soon we'll be able to equip Quick Change, and I'll probably, after that, I'll probably keep Multi-Bounce and Close Call, and then we'll go from there, I think. Hey, Conker, it's going good. How's it going for you there? Sorry, I think I saw you in there. I was just chatting about what Lifeblood was mentioning. We're just hanging around. We just got cursed again, so that's fun. And we're just going through Hooktail Castle little by little. Do I save now? I guess I do. It's the same as the Rabby Ribby badge system, easy to pick up. Yeah, so it would be pretty simple if you haven't played this, but you've played that. So probably one or the other. It works both ways, right? Like if you haven't played Rabby Ribby, you would be able to pick up their badge system too by playing this one. So, oh, that's where we got the star piece. I was like, wait a minute, can I drop down there? Yes, but or probably yes, but it doesn't serve much of a purpose since that platform is now empty because I got the star piece already. So, why am I going up here? I need to go down and get that key. Let me go get that first. I also like how the curse is optional. Like if you had an ability on this button, it would override it, which I guess is a curse, but we have no ability on it, so free skill. Yeah, pretty much. It's just, it seems like it could be a curse because it's like, oh, you overwrote my skill, but no, it's not. Not even. It's not that punishing of a game, so that doesn't happen. Yeah, using Super Jump in Mario RPG was hard. I would agree with that. Yeah, it gets really tricky, especially after you get to a certain number of jumps. I forget where it is, but once you get to that point, you basically have a similar amount of timing in order to get the next jump as like a parry window in Dark Souls. It's pretty ridiculous, but I don't know. I managed to get the attack scarf myself when I played it the last time, so hopefully when I do it for the stream, I'll be able to do the same thing. I think that's 30 consecutive jumps? I forget exactly. Here's another castle key. We saw that already when we were fighting the red bones, but now we'll get to use it for what it's supposed to be used for. Oop. Come along, Koops. This way. This way, friend. Hurry! There. Got you out. And you could just leave him trapped in there and he'll just teleport, but... Finished doing some stuff outside and just got some food. Nice. So hopefully you're mostly done with your chores and stuff for the day then, Conker, so you can sit back and relax for the rest of the day. Ideally. That's the dream, anyway. Usually not how it happens, but hey. Curse, you mean Ocean's Heart, the game you played while max cursed 80% of the game? I don't know what that means, but usually being max cursed in a game is not a good idea. I mean, technically I've played most of Dark Souls 2 while being max cursed, but that's a little different. You get cursed in that game by dying, so... Alright, let's open this door up and continue on. Enemies took less, did more, had more iframes, and you had less iframes. Oh, good. Fantastic. Oh, actually, there's something we can get here now that I remember here. I might as well show it, because why not? Oh, no, it's not here. It's later. I just gotta hit this switch first. We could heal, but I don't need it. It's fine. I was gonna say, that's not gonna help me. There we go. And another switch, but this one we gotta hit with Koops. So let's do that. Keep peeling. Scratch that lottery ticket. But yeah, there's an open window right here, so you may have seen in the background, if you go back here, another star piece. I'll show the ones that are, like, obvious, but I'm not gonna, like, backtrack to get any, so just in case anyone was wondering how we're gonna do with that. Actually, I think there's another one out here. Oh, no, never mind. I thought there was, but apparently I was wrong. It's okay, though. But yeah, there's a total of 100 star pieces you can get in the game, and that buys you one of every badge that Dazzle has if you get them all. But I won't specifically backtrack just to get star pieces, just in case anyone's wondering. I will be getting all the shine sprites in the game, though, because that's how you power up your partners, so yeah, that should work out okay. I want to get Goombella in, but I don't need her in just yet, because I don't need to heal just yet, so. I do need to heal her, but well, we can do that in a minute. We got nice star points again, so that's good. And I don't really need to heal at the moment, so get a flower. That's fine. Any of you guys gonna come to life? Nope. Need Koops for this part anyway, though, so let's let him do his thing. And we'll rise on up. Anybody see that platform over to the side there? We'll check that in a second. But first, yeah, I can heal on this Paragoomba. Let's, do this. Okay, I should be able to heal on this battle. Let's just let Goombella put that guy in the dirt, and then we'll heal her with Sweet Treat. I probably should have done it in reverse order, because then I could have gotten a Stylish before healing. Kind of waste some star points, but that's okay. Went for Max Curse at the first chance, about 1/5 of your way into the game, and you get used to it. Okay, well, fair enough. That's fine, then. Oh, good, I missed 3 Goombellas. Let's look for her specifically. Well, we got 4 for her, so that's the most important thing. Now she's maxed out, and we basically did that for almost free, so. You know, Happy Heart must be, like, only sometimes it activates, because it doesn't seem to be activating all the time, so. No, please, I have a family. Ugh. Just standing over his soon-to-be dead body with my hammer like, you don't deserve life. Mario, you're such a dick. This guy's gonna come to life, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. Hey, Amarella, how's it going? Welcome back. We're in Hooktail Castle, just meandering around, beating up skeletons and stuff. Oh, by the way, did you hear that there? So let me do it again. I'll stop talking so you can hear what happens. So we equip that Attack Effects R badge. When Mario attacks now... Did you hear the sound effect that accompanied his attack there? Kind of sounded like something that started with CR and ended with ICIT. A little bit, sort of. But yeah, so keep that in mind because, well, we just got a tip saying that Hooktail's weakness has something to do with that, so... As long as I remember to re-equip this before the boss fight, because I'm not going to use it until then. We'll see. Imagine what you said earlier, but in A Link to the Past. Okay, so... Yeah, I mean, it would be a little tough, but then again, it's been a long time since I played A Link to the Past, so that's probably why I think it'd be a little tough, because I'm not very good at A Link to the Past. One day, we'll see. Oh, I got a life shroom, but we're out of space, so... What do I get rid of here? I want to keep the Sleepy Sheep, the Courage Shell, and the Mr. Softener because I heard through the grapevine that Hooktail is vulnerable to sleep. I don't know if that's true or not, but it's possible. I guess I could get rid of the Spite Pouch. I probably won't need that ever, so let's just toss this out. There you go. Game encouraging me to litter. That's just great. Alright, but I gotta remember my inventory's full now. So I'll have to start using some stuff. The Life Shroom is really nice, though, and I'm going to want to try to keep one of those in my gear for probably the rest of the game, to be honest. It's basically an insurance policy, so if you or your partner faint or get knocked out in battle, it'll restore 10 HP, which is pretty nice, actually. It gives you just enough HP where you can probably survive another attack without having to heal, so... It's not bad, and like I said, it works as a good insurance policy. So... I think I'm going to use that Super Shroom, actually. I shouldn't need that for much, so try to use that in a battle the next time I get damaged. Maybe I'll take some damage just for the hell of it. Oh, hello. Speaking of mice, I think you've got your glasses on wrong. I'm not a piece of cheese. I know you're just saying that as a metaphor. Thieves? I mean, I guess we are trying to take the Crystal Star, although we're doing it by force. We're not doing it by, you know, getting around security. We're going through security. This is Miss Mouse, the globe-trotting thief. I haven't, but I'll remember the name. I mean, you're probably right, so... Well, we're after something else, so... You can just tell her, it's fine. Man, Koops, you really laying it on thick there, huh? A real gentleman. It is very intriguing. I mean, if you want to try to take it from Hooktail, I don't know if I could encourage you to do that, because the dragon is kind of pretty powerful, so... Oh, okay. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Honor among thieves and all that. She's being honorable, Koops. That's... You'll understand when you're older. Okay, hello. Okay, that's some way of saying goodbye, lady. Yeah, well, parting is such sweet sorrow. You know how that goes. Is that legal? It's like I said, sometimes the script in this game just comes out of nowhere. Like it did in Custom Robo, except it happened more in that game, so you were a little more used to it. In this game, it's like, whoa. Oh, do you? Okay. A badge that'll help you best Hooktail. Yeah, it's a good thing we already found that, so... Oh, well, okay, fair enough. Like I said, it makes the fight easier. I'm probably going to try the fight without the badge first, and then if we die, I'll equip it, but we'll see what happens. You're really jonesing for getting under Koopy Koo's shell at the moment, aren't you? Well, put it away, put it back in your pants for now, man. We gotta beat Hooktail first. And get another Shine Sprite. Awesome. That's 2. We need 1 more, and then we can upgrade somebody. Got another castle key. Should I even open these? Am I gonna get something that's gonna... Yeah, I am. Okay. There's a mushroom. Hang on. Let me throw this, first of all, and then use... Yeah, I'll use the Super Shroom. Why not? You can use an item even if you don't need it, by the way, so... Excuse me. That's how that goes. We'll grab you, and then we'll see what's in this chest. A honey syrup. Okay. I have 4 mushrooms at the moment. I definitely would rather have the 2 honey syrups, so... Let me throw this real quick. We'll use another mushroom because Mario has an addiction. And then we'll grab the honey syrup, which is really high in the air. I really wish I could jump that high. Well, maybe later. And then let's sort these. There we go. See, it's weird because you can use the D-pad here to sort through menu stuff, but you can't use the D-pad in battle, so it's kind of odd. Oh, well. Anyway, now that that diversion's out of the way, let's continue onward in the castle and use this key on this door that I didn't know needed to be unlocked, but I know it needs to be unlocked now. I think we're getting fairly close to the end. There's a few more rooms, if I remember right, but we're not too far out. See, this alignment of enemies is actually kind of tricky to deal with without Power Shell because the Dull Bones is standing behind the Koopa, so you can't actually hit him with your hammer because, well, there's somebody in the way, so you can't do anything with that. Actually, let me put him in the dirt first. I don't think I need a stylish at the moment. No, I don't. So, okay. And then we'll Power Shell and maybe even get all our FP back if we get a good roll on the slots. Let's find out. Ah, 1 off. That's okay. I don't have much luck with those slots, it seems. Oh well. Doesn't bug me too much. We're getting pretty close to a level up, though. I just hope we get it before we get to the end of the castle, because I'd hate to be on Hooktail with, like, 99 star points. Oh, hello. I'd like to get my quick change badge equipped before we get there, if I can. So, alright, well, you're in the dirt, so let's put you in the dirt before you use that POW block on me. And then Power Shell again. Oh, what we got? Oh, rock. Get that shit out of here. Let a better audience member take their place. I don't need the stylish. I was gonna do it, and then I missed the command, but it's not like I need it anyway, so. I guess I could use it to replenish my FP at this point, but it's alright. Let me get a little lower before I worry about it. Okay. What else have we got? Some coins. Those will be helpful. For sure. We got another dry bones. Oh, I can even hit him from up here. I wasn't even sure that was going to work, but it worked, so. He's got a mushroom that he might give me. So that's good. So if I multi-bounce, I can't Power Shell because I don't have enough BP to do that. So instead, let's just put this guy on his back. Because he's got the mushroom, so. And then we'll Power Shell next turn. I thought I saw the X button pop up. I was going to be like, oh no. I think if the X button pops up, though, and you're in the middle of doing your turn, you won't, it won't matter too much because you can just, basically they'll throw it and they'll miss because you're doing your turn, so. Let's see here. So I can get rid of the guy in the back after, I think, because he'll pop up this turn. This guy I can get rid of this turn, because I can take care of him right now with Koops. And then, next turn he'll pop up, and I will heal and then smack him in the face with Ye Old Shell Toss, because that'll do 1 damage even though he's up. He has an 8 defense of 1, and Shell Toss does 2, so it'll still damage him. Alright, we're only looking for flowers, really, so let's see if I can get enough of them. Oh, God. 2! 2 in a row! That's not good. Oh, we're getting good FP, though. Okay, well, we got a Poison Mushroom at the end. Well, we got 7 FP out of that throw, so that's not too bad. I'll take it. And that'll get us 10 more star points. Almost there. I guess I can start stylishing now. Didn't think about it a minute ago. That's okay. Alright, so we've seen a little platform up there. Okay. Well, let's whomp it and bring it down. Yeah, I like the little light puzzle solving that they have in each of the rooms in this game. It's nice because it gives your brain something to do in between the battles, you know what I mean? So, alright, we gotta be a little careful here because this is a narrow walkway, so let's see what we can do. Slide this way. And slide through here. Actually, I should probably go all the way down, shouldn't I? Just to see if there's anything. There's that thing we were talking about earlier where you don't trust when there's empty space. But we do know that there's no empty space over here. There's actually something over here for us to grab, so let's go grab it. Another star piece. How many do we have now, anyway? We got 5 more. Okay, well, I guess that's good. Like I said, I don't need to buy any more of Dazzle's badges. I might give them to him just for the hell of it, and actually that might not be a bad way of getting some money, because if you go to the badge shop in Rogueport, you can actually sell them unwanted badges, and they'll give you, like, about half the price that they'll normally sell it for, which sometimes is quite a bit of money, so well, we'll see about that. I'll see what I want to do. I usually don't sell badges in this game, but I might change my mind about that. Okay, more stairs. Well, this will plummet down from here. And then we can have Koops grab this. So that's cool. Another castle key. I think if I remember correctly, if you fall down from here, I mean, we'll have to walk back up here, but it's not that long of a walk. And you can get the Last Stand Partner badge. I like these ones better than Close Call because it actually directly affects the damage instead of just making it so that occasionally enemies miss. It happens, the missing happens a decent amount of time, but this just is 100% activation, and it drops the damage your ally takes by 50% when they're in danger, which is really nice. Because if we're ever in danger, we're obviously going to want to take as little damage as possible. So Last Stand and Last Stand Partner will be some pretty good equips. I'm going to want to get 2 of those, because basically every time you get one, it will drop the damage you take by a little bit more. So like the first one you equip, it drops the damage by 50%. When you equip another one, it drops it to 33%, and then another one drops it to 25%. So it's not like cutting it in half each time, but still, 33% of the damage we'd normally take when in danger is pretty nice. In theory, that is. I haven't actually done that in practice because I never used Last Stand before this, but that's the plan for this playthrough, is we're going to use Last Stand and Last Stand Partner. Ideally, we'll never be in danger, but, well, it might happen. So, I'm going to take some precautions just in case. Alright, I'm going to be dumb and see what happens if this thing squishes me. I think it's right here. Oh. It just bounces off. That's kind of funny, actually. I didn't know it could do that. I don't know why I never tried that as a kid. You'd think that'd be something a kid would be like, hell yeah, I'm going to get crushed. No, it bounces off of my head like my hat's made of unobtainium. Good lord. It's pretty funny. Alright, well, let's make our way back. I guess the enemies aren't respawning in here. Maybe they only respawn out on the field map? Or maybe I'm completely misremembering them respawning at all. Maybe you have to, like, go somewhere else to get them to respawn. I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter too much. Alright, let's go back here. We'll fly our way over. And then we'll continue. We'll go up the stairs this time. Do a little bit of guiding the paper plane here. Coaxing it along to go exactly where I want it to go. Do a little bit of light jumping. Gotta practice my jump. Every time I do, it increases the damage by 2. Oh wait, that's a different game. Here's our 3rd Shine Sprite. And if you want, you could go back to Merlin at this point and like upgrade one of your partners, but I don't think that's strictly necessary. We can do that when we get back to town. Just like fighting that one guy who wants us to pay up or fight in order to get into the east side. We'll take care of him later. For now, we'll do this. Ooh, nice assortment of enemies here. That Spiky Goomba is actually going to be a little bit of a tricky customer there, too. Because of where he's placed. He's not quite in the back, but he's not quite in the front either, so... Excuse me. But yeah, it's always interesting seeing the enemy formations in this game, because you got to kind of really think about, okay, how do I want to do this, you know? What would be the best way to do this? So. And actually, thinking about it, I don't know if a POW block works on airborne enemies, but I don't think I'm going to use it, to be honest. So I think I'm going to use it now. Or maybe I should knock one of them down first, because the Paragoomba I'm not really worried about at all. Like, I can take care of him easy, so maybe I'll knock down the Paratroopa first. I'm surprised I didn't land on the spike there, but that's okay. I'll take it. And then we'll use the POW block, and we'll see what it hits. Because I got nothing. Blech. Oh, it hits everybody. Okay, cool. Okay. The scenery's trying to kill me! Well, that was, see, like, attacking items in this game are pretty damn good, as you can see there. They're usually, when you get them, they're pretty powerful for that point in the game, so you should probably use them because they'll do some good for you. Alright, well, we leveled up, so I don't have to worry about maxing out on star points now, because it'll just do that for me. Which is good. And in addition to that, we'll finally get access to 9 BP, which will let us equip the Quick Change badge. Just in time, because the boss is coming up in about 5 minutes here. Not even, actually. Let me collect up these coins, though. Every little bit of them counts. So, alright, let's put these here. There we go. Badges. So I'm going to keep multi-bounce. Let's see. We'll put Last Stand Partner on, because I'm going to keep that as well, and then we'll keep Quick Change. And that's going to be our badge setup for a little bit here. Actually, let me open my notes, because I haven't opened those yet today. Where's my Google Drive? There it is. The next time I'm upgrading my badge points is not next level, but the level after that. We'll be getting a few badges before then. That's okay. I anticipate we'll get to about level 8 by the time we're done with Chapter 2, so that's what I'm thinking. I don't know how true that is yet, but we'll figure it out later. I see a Paratroopa, so I'm going to bring Goombella out so we can do some jumping. Hello, sir. I don't know if you can hear me with all this wind. Ow. I missed the timing a little. That's okay. Yeah, let's just take care of him. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. And let me do this. I wasn't even paying attention, so I'm glad that wasn't something bad that they just threw at me. Just knock a couple of them down. There we go. Show them how it's done, Goombella. And then we'll knock this guy down. And we'll get a chance for bingo. That was one off again. That's okay. This guy's got less HP, so let me try taking care of him first. The more enemies that, like the further out that I have to jump, like when they jump from the... Because when they jump on enemies in the back, they'll jump from the front of the pack all the way to the back. And the further in the back it gets, the harder I find it to time that properly. I don't know what it is, but like waiting so long. Like you're used to the rhythm of jumping on the enemy in front or close to the front, so the rhythm of it gets thrown off the further in the back of the pack that you're fighting the enemy, I guess. Like in this particular case, because he's too back, it's a little delayed. I don't know, with Mario it doesn't bother me as much, but with Goombella, I don't know, sometimes I get a little stuck, I guess. Maybe I'm just dumb. I don't know. I learned to live with it. I might use that mushroom after we're done with this battle, actually. Just to free up a space in my inventory. Okay, he's up again, and he's about to be down again. Goodbye, sir. Alright, not bad. I'll use that mushroom when we get to the top of the area where the save point is, because there might be one more battle on the way there. I don't remember. We got a spiral staircase to go up. Definitely using those GameCube, that GameCube technology in this area, that's for sure. Must have made this out of a very large cardboard tube, considering it's all made of paper. But yeah, there's the boss arena up there, and here's the enemy that I was talking about. Didn't even see him until it was a little too late, but that's okay. We get a POW block, and we get a spiny Goomba. Well, or Spiky Goomba, excuse me. Let me take care of the Spiky Goomba first, and then we'll have Goombella take care of the guy with the POW block, put him on his back. And then we'll go from there. See, I got the super guard timing down for that one pretty good, but that one I just definitely don't have at all. So, let's do this. And actually, this might be a decent time to demonstrate the quick change. So we just equipped it, so now if you go to tactics and swap partners, normally this would cost 1 turn to do, but now that we have quick change, Coop still gets his turn. Awesome. So now we can do a little power shell. Let's do one of those. Maybe I'll sweet treat next turn because they're still going to be here. Might suck to not have it for the start of the Hooktail fight, but we can always use the stylish. It's not like the beginning of the fight is going to be a big deal. So, wait, hold on. My brain is working. Hold on. I should sweet treat now because I have 2 stars over there, so I might get all my star power back if I do this correctly. So, let's see what we can do. And then I won't have to use that mushroom. Okay, I think that's everything. I'll go for a high score anyway, though. Sweet Treat is so good. I love it so much. It's such a good healing spell. It's really cheap and easy to access as well, so I don't know. It's just really nice to have. And it gives you something to do, you know what I mean? So I like it. I was off by 1. That's okay. Means I just need to use a few stylish moves, that's all. It saves so much money as well, Sweet Treat does, because then you don't have to hit up those healing blocks all the time, so it's kind of nice. Alright, well there's that. We're up to 179 coins. That is above my total that I needed, so that is good. Here's the healing block if you need it. It doesn't restore star power, though, if I recall correctly, so... And there's nothing back there. Let's see. I am at full capacity for items, but that's okay. I'll figure that out later. And, well, I'm going to need Goombella out because I'm going to need to tattle on the boss, so let's bring her out first, and then we'll save. I know Koops has a vendetta, but we'll let him get, like, the final blow or something. That'll make it easier. For now, we need Goombella to do a little bit of fighting. Do a little bit of tattling. You don't need to save money, by the way. I mentioned that it saves a lot of money on these things. You don't need to save money in this game because you get plenty of it, but until I've bought all the things I want to buy, I'm going to try to cut corners and save money where I can, so... Just until I get everything I need, then I can splurge, I guess. Who dares disturb my slumber? That would be I. The great Mario. Hello there, you are much larger than I expected. The perspective on that first shot that we saw of you was did not do you any justice. There was a strange garbed one who came earlier? Who was the strange garbed one? You're not gonna tell me, are you? Well, I don't know. I didn't equip Attack Effects R, so we're gonna find out. That's why I saved, by the way, because we're gonna try to beat her. Hooktail is a female, if I recall correctly, without using the Attack Effects R, so. Sorry for sidetracking, but why are the catfish people making a Wicker Man? Well, are you doing the Namazu quests? Yeah, that's actually one of the funniest parts of the whole thing, is that they make a sacrificial pyre because one of the Namazu gets this dumb idea from being set on fire and almost turned into fried catfish that they should have a sacrificial Wicker Man pyre as a part of their celebration. It was in one of the books, if I remember right. It was actually one of the funniest scenes in Stormblood, if I recall. So, because there's this little shot where it looks like the book is going to go in a fire, and it's a book that one of them has been carrying around the whole time. And it does this 4-person cut where there's each of the 3 Namazu and you all have their own corner of the screen. So it was pretty good. I distinctly remember that one because it was so funny. So a good snack, huh? I mean, we're all made of paper, so are you sure that would even work? Why are you smelling the bottom? I mean, you're way up there. How do you even know what the bottoms of my feet smell like? Oh, okay. I would prefer if you didn't saute me, but we're going to have to find out just how badly your breath hurts when we fight Hooktail. So let's go fight her. Not Goombella. She tastes awful. Don't ask me how I know that. I don't want you to know. We get a full crowd for this one, though, so that's not too bad. Let's tattle on Hooktail and see what she's got. Get a stylish so we can maybe get all our star points back. That's Hooktail! Max HP is 20, attack is 5, and defense is 1. This is why you want Attack Effects R equipped, because that defense of 1 is a bit of a problem, actually. It makes the fight a lot harder than it has to be. I mean, it's not that bad. It's just like what you've been doing with the Dull Bones and everything through the whole thing, but the Dull Bones don't have 20 HP, so... It'll stomp and munch on you, and it has a more dragonish attack. Stinky, fiery breath. It's tricky, especially when it's losing, and it'll try to fool you into being merciful. Oh yeah, and one more thing. It hates things that start with CR and end in Icket. Supposedly there's something related to that somewhere in the castle. Did we find it? Yes! I did not equip it. It's okay, though. We don't have to. Alright, test time. Let's see if Hooktail is vulnerable to sleep. Get him, sleepy sheep! Probably should have softened first, but that's okay. We can do that next turn. Oh, they were correct. Hooktail is, in fact, vulnerable to sleep. You normally can't get Hooktail to sleep very often because, well, you don't have access to a badge that lets you use a sleep move just yet. But if you have a sleepy sheep, apparently it works pretty good. So now, I guess we can buff up and stuff. Now, Hooktail will come back from being a sleepy after a while, but while we're, in the process of not dealing with that, let's use a Mr. Softener to soften her up. If I had Power Smash, I would equip it now, but... Oh, okay, she can't be softened. That's interesting. Might be because of the way that the attack effects are actually... Oh, that's a really nice item, thank you. Thunder Rage, that'll come in very handy right now. But it might be because of the way that the attack effects are interacts with Hooktail's stats. If I remember correctly, when you use the attack effects R badge, it reduces her attack to 3 and her defense to 1. So that makes it a little bit easier to deal with her. That can stun, and I don't know if she's vulnerable to stun, so I think I'm going to save that for when she's not, like, you know, for when she's, you know, actually waking up, because it does good damage too, so. Okay, did I wake you up? I think I did. Yes, I did. Boy, that would have been funny if it actually, I don't know the timing for that. If it actually did, what's it called? If it actually dizzied her. Well, let's swap out to Koops, because why not? We got Quick Change, so that makes this a little easier. Power Shell does not do additional damage to one enemy, though, in comparison to Shell Toss, so. You just checked the Stormblood VODs on YouTube, and I used that Namazu scene as the thumbnail for that stream. Yeah, that sounds about right, yeah. Makes sense. It was a pretty iconic moment, so it makes sense that I'd use that as the thumbnail. Let's use that Thunder Rage now that she's awake. I guess that Sleepy Sheep didn't come in too handy, but hey, it worked okay. Let's see if this stuns you. Take this. Yeah, 5 damage. Not bad at all. Ow. Sometimes, if I remember right, she'll, like, pick one of you. Like, she'll... Or no, that's a different boss. I was thinking that there's a boss that goes to stomp on you, and it'll, like, fake out a couple of times before it stomps on you. I couldn't really think of the words there. Do I want to heal now? No, not really. I'm still in okay shape for HP. I just need to, like... I need to wait one more turn, and then I can heal. So... We'll definitely need to be using a bunch of stylish moves, though, in this one, if we're going to keep healing like this, so... I mean, we don't need to use them right now, but... Okay. There we go. But yeah, dealing with 5 attack at this point, when you're only dealing 2 damage each turn yourself, is a little tricky to deal with, but it might work okay. We'll see. Might make for a little bit of a longer boss fight, but I'm okay with that. Okay. That was a little close. Playing it a little risky there, too, but that's okay. 8 FP, wow. Not like I'm using the FP for anything right now, but it did heal pretty good, didn't it? If you went back to town, by the way, to give the Shine Sprites to your partners, at this point you may have Koops' third move, which is a pretty solid defensive move. It actually gives Mario a bit of a shield, and that would come in really handy right now. So if you're going to upgrade anybody with a Shine Sprite at the moment, I'd recommend it be Koops, because his third move is actually a really solid defensive option for bosses. So I did not, though, because I'm a masochist, and I like to do things the hard way, so yeah, you know. Oh, wrong mushroom. I did it again. That's okay. I was thinking about using that Courage Shell, but I think I'm going to wait on that, actually. We'll use it maybe next turn. Keep doing damage while we're at it. Keep getting stylish moves to get our sweet treat back. You can Super Guard the Breath, by the way. It's really hard to do, but you can do it, so... Koops is in danger. I would like to heal. I don't know if I'll get enough from his Shell Toss to heal, though, so I might have to cut into my mushrooms. It's okay, though. Let's see. That's a pretty good amount. Yeah, there we go. Nice. And let's Sweet Treat again. We just keep healing. We might be okay. Definitely looking for the Koops ones, though. There we go. Ugh. Okay. A little close there. Cutting it just a bit close. Oop, that one was also a little close. Nah, okay. I'm gonna miss out on a little Mario healing, but that's okay. Yeah, we got 10. That's not too bad. You gotta double tap A, by the way, in order to heal through that, so gotta be a little careful, but we'll make it work. Who do I want in front for this part? Probably Koops. He's got a little more HP, like, based on his percentage of his maximum, so let's keep him in front. nice. Get a lot of star power out of that. Almost got a quarter of it. Nice. And again, if you had Power Smash equipped right now, it would probably make this a little easier, because you'd get a lot more damage out of it, so... But I do not. So... we're hurting now, so I think I'll cut into my mushroom counter. And I'm actually going to use it for both of them, I think, because they'll... Okay, it only restores 5, but that's like one more extra hit that I can take if I guard properly. So... And again, this is more of a test to see if I can actually do this without using the attack effects are, and to give you an idea of what the boss fight's like without it. But... yeah, it might work okay. We'll see. If it doesn't, it's not that far of a walk from the save point anyway, so... Alright, and we should be able to heal next turn, I think, so... And then we can finish her off on the turn after that. I thought I pressed the button a little too early there. I was a little concerned. It's okay, though. We're good. Okay, we got our star power back. Let's Sweet Treat up. So it's a little bit of a battle of attrition, and Hooktail is pretty good at winning that battle, but... well, it might be okay. I almost hit that poison mushroom on the way out. I was about to be very unhappy. Aw. Okay, well, we got 5 and 6. Koops is almost at max now, so that's good. Definitely want to keep him out in front for now. Because Mario's still hurting a little. Do I heal? No, I don't think I do. I think I want to finish the fight, actually, because we can do that right now. So why wouldn't I? Alright. And one last hammer blow, and off we go! She didn't try to save herself, though. I'm a little concerned about that. Oh, here we go. What? What do you want? Yeah, uh-huh, sure you are. You sound so sincere! 1,000 coins? Well, here's the problem, you cad. I can't hold 1,000 coins. The max you can get in this game is 999. So if you gave that to me, knowing my luck, it'd probably just overflow, and I'd end up with one less than I have anyway. So keep your coins, fiend! No, I don't. I have enough to buy everything I need in the next chapter, so it's not like I can equip the extra stuff. You have a lovely, rare, extra special badge. She's not actually lying about this one. There is actually a lovely, extra rare badge in the room that we're in, but we can't access it right now. So you can keep it, you cad! I don't need it. Excuse me. I got enough badges. You want me to do what? No, you are absolutely bullshitting me at the moment. What in the goddamn... why would you even... that is disgusting. I am not smelling your feet. Fuck off. Not for you, not especially not after I read that note. Maybe you should have scorched that note before you decided to be like this. You better leave? Yeah, you'd better leave. Get out of here. Whoa, holy shit! She ate my audience! Well, part of it, anyway. She got 10 HP from them. That isn't right. What the hell? You let my audience go. Yeah, we gotta work on that, Koops. Let's do that. Mario's a little hurting at the moment, but we'll figure that out. I think at this point, if you jump on her nose, you can actually bonk your audience out of her. I think that works with the... I think that works with the hammer as well when you hit her feet, but, well, we can't hit her face with the hammer, I don't think, so. But we'll find out, but first I'm gonna use this Courage Shell. Give Mario a little extra defense. Because he could use it at the moment, he's a little hurting, and I need a little more star power before I can heal again, so. Yeah, she doesn't cough up your audience if you do this. Hopefully she will at the end of the fight, because good lord. Oh, I still took 3 from that. It's probably because that's a magical attack, so that's probably why that did 3, huh? Oh, that's okay. I'm gonna have to cut into my mushrooms here. As a matter of fact, I gotta do that for both of you, so... At least I'm using my items, you know. So I should probably have Mario in front as well, so that way I can actually use the physical defense I just gave him, huh? Well, we'll think about that next turn. For now. Yeah, attacks can be classified as physical or magical in this game, so like that's a physical attack. So since Koops has an innate 1 defense, he took a little bit less, but yeah, Mario would take a little even less than that because he's got the Courage Shell on for this turn. So. Ow. Well, that's going to make this be a bit of a problem. I could bring Goombella in, but she can't do, like, anything, so, in terms of damage. So, I'll just see what I can do with this. Aw. I missed! Well, without the Dizzy, this might be doable, but with the Dizzy, it might not. We'll see. And there goes my defense, unfortunately. I mean, I do have a Life Shroom, but even with that, I don't know if I'll have enough HP because of the Dizzy, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. This is going to get interesting, folks. It might come down to the wire. Oh, by the way, Stylish doesn't work anymore because you don't have an audience, so you can't get star power back, so just keep that in mind. Ow. Yeah, I'm out of healing, so. I got nothing, just attack, because that's all we got left. I was going to do Stylish, and then I realized, oh no, I don't need to do that, do I? I'm going to do it anyway, because Koops is such a good break dancer. Alright. Well, I guarded it, but... Thankfully, we have a Life Shroom. And that'll restore me with 10 HP. Koops is back from the brink, kind of. He's still low on HP, but he should be able to live one more attack. So actually, we'll be able to do this, because we'll do a total of 4 damage in the next 2 turns, so... I just hope my audience isn't being digested at the moment. That would suck. How the hell am I going to get people to come to this theater if people got eaten here? It's not exactly an attractive thing to put on poster board, you know? Ow! And the stage is attacking me, too. Everything wants me dead. They're like, you didn't do this right, you didn't wear the badge! Fuck you, game. I do what I want. I don't need no badge! And there we go. I mean, I used a Life Shroom to do it, but I don't need no badge. You need to wash dishes? Yeah, that's fun. And by that, I mean not fun. Tedious. Incredibly tedious. Well, if you wanted to do that, then why did you fight the great Mario? I mean, granted, you almost killed us, so... I love how we're still stepping on somebody who was in the audience. Like, that's not going to be good to put on the poster board either. So... yeah, that's a good way to spin it, Conker, yeah. The experience in this theater is interactive, for sure. Something like that. We did pull it off, but we're both looking a little bit worse for wear. Oh, well. Yeah, where do you think Hooktail could have hidden it? If I were a dragon, I'd probably hide my treasure where no one would find it. And as it turns out, yeah, no one would have found it in there. Oh, hello, you're not a crystal star. Could it be? It's his father! Yeah, that's why he mistaked the other guy, because he also had those blue shoes, so... Hey, Dad, I thought you were gone for good. I'm just glad you're not eaten. I suppose a cardboard/paper dragon wouldn't exactly have a proper digestive system now, would it? Ain't no digestion going on in there. Stomach acid would kind of defeat the purpose, so... But you came here by yourself. How were you going to beat Hooktail? But, well, you do have super boots, so you'd probably be somewhat okay. More than we were. You can deal 2 damage a turn with those things. Oh, well, it's a good thing we read that note, then. And there's also the fact that you've got the shell, which is fairly impervious to attacks and probably most digestive acids. Let's just hope we can get the audience out of there, too. Again, if you jump on Hooktail's snout after she eats the audience, again, this is if you have the Attack Effects R badge equipped, you will... basically, they'll go flying out of her snout, so you can get them out that way. But we didn't have that luxury, so I guess they're gonna be coming out in a minute, hopefully. As long as they come out the same end they went in, good lord. Yeah, we thought you ran out of lives. Thankfully, in this world, lives seem to be fairly sustainable. Especially with life shrooms. What do you mean, what are we doing here? We're trying to find you! I mean, granted, again, we're looking a little worse for wear. Poor Koops over here looks like he's about to pass out. But, yeah. He's like having this whole emotional reunion with his father, having this whole speech that he's giving, and he's just like out of breath after every speech bubble. We need to give him a minute. But yeah, we're looking for a crystal star. What you got for me? Ah, yes, that looks distinctly like a crystal star. Yeah. That's a nice souvenir, I'll tell you what. It also looks very pointy. I don't imagine that would be very good for Hooktail's digestive system. I'd imagine it would cause quite a bit of indigestion, because you never digest that shit. I mean, obviously, it's still sparkling. It's been in digestive acid for years. Well, all's well that ends well, because we found Koops' father, and we found the first crystal star. And apparently he's going to let us have it. Well, that's good, because I wouldn't want you guys keeping it in Petalburg. It would put the town in danger. I'd rather take it with me. Thank you, sir. I'll take it. We got our first crystal star. We also learned a new special move, Earth Tremor. And that completes Chapter 1 of Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door. I always get goosebumps in those end sections there with the music swelling and everything. It's a nice touch. Mario and his friends finally got a crystal star in the castle after defeating Hooktail. Koops even reunited with his long-lost father, whom he thought was dead. I'm glad that the card on the end of the audience here is willing to say the D word, because Koops definitely wasn't. Yet they were unable to learn anything about the whereabouts of the princess. Where could Princess Peach be? Yes, Mario's adventure has only just begun. Oh, don't I know. We got like 7 more chapters of this to go. But it's not shit, so that's a good thing. Let's save our progress, shall we? And there we go. But you don't immediately go into Chapter 2. At the end of each chapter, we get a little flash of Mario's face. But on top of that, once it fades away, you get a little interlude between chapters that shows where some of the other characters in the game are and what they're doing, where they're located and what they're doing. As it turns out, this interlude is for the princess, who just so happens to be with those goofballs we saw on the pier at the beginning of the game. Apparently they're being deferent to somebody named Grotus, and there's a short circuit on that computer. You guys should really get that checked out. Man, this guy's evil. Not evil. He's just a jackass, but he's evil because he's calling the princess his pet. That's no good. What do you think she is, a dog? Good lord. If you want her to do what you want her to do, then stop being a dick. Whoever got away with ruling by fear? Answer, most of the world governments in the present day. Anyway, let's not talk about politics. Let's talk about Princess Peach being kidnapped again. Yeah, well, she can't exactly get out of here very easily. I mean, it's a pretty high-tech fortress. Just look at the floors. They got illuminating staircases. And apparently these crazy people are called the X-Nauts, or Cross-Nauts, I guess, if you prefer. I've always called them X-Nauts, though. So, yeah, it's not sunshine and rainbows up here. That's downstairs with the Frocobo. Are you interrupting this important meeting? Apparently so. Wow, they work fast. Good lord. How'd they even figure that out so quickly? They must have a spy somewhere. Hopefully not in our party. That would suck. Yeah, something like that. There's more, too. See, according to the report, he beat Hooktail without even using the badge. What? That means you jackoffs could have done it. Get out of my sight! Ah, well, it's good that you got the red hat correctly. Otherwise, Luigi would have a bit of a problem after this. You just couldn't keep your mouth shut, could you, princess? Okay, great. Yeah, he's, kind of an important person to her. Always gets her out of a bind. I mean, you probably will. You already figured out that we got a crystal star, and it's been 5 minutes, so... I grow bored of this subject. Take her away. Okay, well, you were just treating her like a dog, so are you okay with emotional trauma but not physical trauma? That's interesting. You'd think somebody with a supercomputer for a brain would understand what emotional trauma does to a person, but... His name is Lord Crump. I don't know why, but I can never take anybody seriously with a name as stupid as that. Like, good lord. Ah, so apparently there's a crystal star in Boggly Woods. Now, we won't know that in character with Mario and Co. for a little while yet, but, well, now we know that there is one, and we also know that the X-Nauts are already there. So that's just great. Excuse me. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, everyone in this fortress is a bit out there, if you want to be honest, Grotus, but we'll learn more about that later. X-Naut number 12,496, get over here. Sir, I'm on vacation. Did I stutter, soldier? This guy's bodacious. The Shadow Sirens. Wonder who those people are. I do like some of Grotus's lines, though. He sounds sinister, and he really plays the part of being that sinister overlord, you know? So... Does that mean you were already here? I mean, technically, yes, they were, but... Oh, hello there. So these must be the Shadow Sirens, huh? Alright. That one is almost named after a Pokemon. That's fancy. Just change the A to a U. How is she supposed to snatch it out of the belly of a dragon? Like, I mean, I guess if they can teleport through solid matter, they probably could have just teleported into Hooktail's stomach. Who knows if they could have gotten out of there, but... I mean, it's a dragon. It probably has magical properties, right? But I don't know. Prying eyes in an empty castle? Oh, no, she was talking about the map. Never mind. That's what it is. A strange old man, huh? Probably Professor Frankly. Well, we'll learn more about what she was talking about there later. They kind of hint at where she was and talking about the map, but... Yeah, there's a distinct possibility that she was watching when Peach opened that box in the prologue. Let's just say that. So... Okay, well, they're gonna sick their Shadow Sirens on us, so that should be fun to deal with later, I guess. Gah-huh. Apparently Banjo's inhabiting that body. Fantastic. So is this like a surveillance camera? I think this is the same one that was sparking earlier. Huh. Yeah, here we go again, indeed. Yeah, again. Maybe if you would have stuck around... Well, actually, even if she stuck with Toadsworth, in a place like Rogueport, probably wouldn't have been too good, so... Boy, that would be nice. Well, let's have a look around, shall we? I mean, we're not getting anywhere otherwise, so... Hello, please let me out. No, the door, of course, does not open, so... And we can't take a quick nap, so... I guess we'll just go in here. There's not too much to these Peach sections, so I guess there's that. I suppose if you want, you could have her take a shower. I think you have to, actually, now that I think about it. So... And it's just as saucy as you would imagine it being. Because she takes off her dress. I don't know how that even works. It looked like you were just one piece of paper before. But, whatever. Again, saucy. Not what you'd expect in a Mario game, but then again, you did find the princess's question mark in Super Mario RPG, so... And no, she doesn't just come out in a towel, you perverts. She does, however, pop out with her hair in a bun, so that's kind of interesting. Usually you don't get to see that when she's running around. It doesn't last very long, though, unfortunately, because as soon as you walk out the door, it just falls down again, so, yeah. Oh. Are they breaking me out of jail already? Well, I'm not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth. I guess I'll go this way. I think you have to take a shower in order to get the door to open, so I guess that's something. Yeah, so how'd that door open? Let's investigate, Peach. Unfortunately, we can't get this way. This is an elevator to take us further up in the fortress, but yeah, we can't do that yet. I don't know if it's you doing it. I think it's someone else. And I think we're about to meet that someone else. Fancy supercomputer, oh, okay. There goes the lights, I guess. Hello? Was that your hello world? No, I think you self-actualized quite a while ago there, Mr. Supercomputer. Sorry, I just heard a voice and I expected you to be on a comm or something. So this is Tech, the supercomputer of the X-Naught Fortress. Or one of the supercomputers, anyway. I would imagine they have several. Oh, okay. Fancy. Yes, that is him. Yeah. Is he now? Starting to sound like Chobin. No surprise, the games both came out on the GameCube. Yeah, it's a fair question, actually. A program deviation? That's what the static that we saw earlier was. Wonder what that's all about. Oh, really? Wonder why that is. That's strange sounding. And what did you find? Oh, so it was love at first sight, and you're a supercomputer. That's just great. You, the perfect computer, have self-actualized love circuitry. Fantastic. Oh boy. You could, I was gonna say, you could just spit it out, Peach. Yeah, the computer likes you. What a shock. Because it sounds like love. With the computer. It is a little weird, I guess, but it's like a reverse robosexual. Oh, okay, well, fair enough. Yes, distinctly possible, yeah. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me no more. Just tell me what it is. Apparently that wasn't put into his programming. Uh-huh. Well, fair enough. And she wasn't exactly smiling and having fun, so... But she was in trouble, and that might be where the circuit malfunction came from. Uh-huh. You keep saying that, but evidently you're not, because there's something that you don't comprehend. Yeah. I don't understand what you're saying. My computer doesn't distinguish between feel and comprehend. Oh my god. Okay, then. I mean, I guess that's a logical reason for a computer to want to understand what love is, because it doesn't want to have a memory bank lapse, a lack of information. Wishes to grant. Now we're talking. If there's an exchange going on here, I mean, other than that one, that was pretty obvious, but... Yeah, it does seem a little weird, doesn't it? Okay, so you understand the concept of why this is all infuriating for her. And I mean, I guess if we're stuck here, it's not like we have anything better to do. And again, there's an exchange that can go on here, so I think that you could get something out of this, Peach, and it has nothing to do with any of the love stuff. Oh, that's a bit of a loophole now, isn't it? Grotus will just let Tech allow her to send messages to whomever she wants, but she can't escape. Doesn't that kind of defeat the purpose if she's telling us how to get here, basically? I guess she doesn't know where this is, but... I would imagine there's a return address somewhere. Yeah, that would be the one. How are you typing an entire message using only the right side of that keyboard? Very interesting message with a lot of consonants in it. Oh, okay, you're done with me, so you just send me back to my room like a child. Alright, fair enough. Bye. What a strange computer. Well, we'll get more of the misadventures of Peach and Tech later. Usually their gameplay isn't too substantial in the interlude, but the interlude is not over, because there's one other person that we need to drop in on and see what he's up to. Yeah, we gotta see what Bowser's up to. Oh boy. Meanwhile, back at... I would imagine this is the final dungeon of Paper Mario 64, but it could just be like a regular dungeon. I don't know. The boss is home! Bring him in. Yeah, I can see that. How are they going to applaud you if they're in armor anyway? Isn't that just going to make like a big clanking sound? Like pum, 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 pum. Something like that. Like you wouldn't even get any clapping out of it. It'd just be metal scraping together. Where is Cammy anyway? Was she in Paper Mario 64? I feel like she was, but I don't remember. Again, because I haven't played it, so... Oh, okay, fair enough. Well, did you at least repair my chair? No! Well, no shit, he keeps wanting to kidnap her. So... do you want to continue that conversation, Mr. Hammer Bro? Oh boy. No, I know you're not. And neither are you. But I think you're all hilarious, so... Well, good. That's what you should be doing. Sounds like a plan. Man, Bowser laying on thick here. All the sassiness. But yeah, you get to control Bowser for these interlude sections, so that's kind of cool. It's not something that you usually get to see in these games. I mean, you got to see it in Super Mario RPG, but that's a bit of a different story. You don't get to directly control him in that one. At least not outside of battle. So, it is too much trouble, but I'll do it anyway. I was gonna chat with my minions, but that might be Cammy. Ah, there we go. There she is. I like how she just gets so winded because it's just a long hallway. That's just a nice little visual gag. I like it. Where's your broom there, witch? Couldn't you have flown in here on that and saved yourself the trouble of walking all the way over here? Or did you have to park it outside? Do we have like a no-fly zone in here? Don't be so impatient with me. I'm your elder, you jackass. Put him in his place, Cammy. Ah, so they've got a little information as well. Probably not as much as the X-Nauts, but... I mean, she thought about it. Ah. We could use some treasure. Especially after that whole debacle in Super Mario 64. And he went and hit you up on your vacation in Sunshine, so you're probably a little low on funds at the moment. So the Crystal Stars might be a good... okay, I mean, you could use them for world-conquering tools, but it might be good for your vault as well. So... Alright, well, fair enough. Excuse me. Fried eggs. I don't think there's a substantial reward for one or the other here. So, he's a turtle. Do turtles eat eggs? They might. It just depends on the turtle. I'm just gonna say yes. I don't know what the hell. Fair question, yeah. Oh, okay. A picnic? Really? Oh my god. What do you want them to do? RSVP? Come on. Actually, it's because Mario is able to grab your tail. That's literally the only reason why you always get... Oh boy. Does he take medication for that? Yes, my grandson, what do you need? I wonder if they're all, like, related to her, the Kameks. I mean, she's, like, the elder Kamek, basically, so... Oh, boy, that's gonna get him steamed. That's not gonna help his blood pressure at all. Yeah, besides me, I'm the only one who's allowed to do that. I thought we made that clear. Oh, okay. Well, that's just great. You gonna steal from the people that stole her? I mean, I guess fair enough. Then at least I know where she is at all times. Almost run the poor girl over, good lord. Oh, okay. He's got his clown car back. He must have repaired that since Super Mario World. Did he have that in... Oh my god. Speaking of repairs, Paper Mario 64? I forget. Your grunginess. Well, that's gonna be a big pain in the ass to get fixed. Probably gonna have to replace the whole wall. Maybe not related by blood, but all the Kameks have probably studied magic from Kami. Yeah, that's probably fair, Conker. Yeah. It's probably a good point. She probably knows most of the magic they can learn, so... If not all of it. Because, again, she's the Elder Kamek, so... Or one of the Elder Kameks, anyway. So I would imagine she knows most of the spells. She's basically like a sage-ish person. Oh, he's gonna come with us? Okay. Well, that's cool. Sounds like a plan. I'll have to get you some super boots, but, you know, maybe I'll get you my old attack scarf from Super Mario. I almost said Paper Mario. Yeah, that wouldn't be right. If you ever need it, we're always here for you. Yeah, fair enough. Alright, well, fair enough. Let's head off then into the sunset. Yeah, I mean, you're leaving your hometown for the first time in your entire life for a faraway place, so I get it. Well, yeah, we should go back to Rogueport because the bearer of the magical map shall unfurl it before the 1,000-year door. And what that means, basically, is that now that we have a crystal star, the map should point us in the direction of the next one, so... Yeah, so that's what the books say, anyway. We'll get a hint as to where the next one is. Yep, basically. Alright, well, off we go. Did I get a heal after that? I did. And also we have 2 star power now, so that's really nice. In addition, we can now paper mode our way over here and grab a Mega Rush partner. This increases your attack by 5. That's a lot when your partner's in peril. That's the problem, is that peril only happens when you're at like 1 or 2 HP, which is very rare, so... I'm probably not going to take advantage of that. I'll probably just sell that badge, but it's there if you want to use it. So, I'll leave that stuff there for now. We do want some more badge points pretty soon, so we'll see if we can get any. I'm going to grab this turtley leaf now that I can actually use it, because we have some inventory space to work with. We can even grab a horsetail on our way out, actually. Maybe I can use them to make some fancy food later on. I could buy some mushrooms. As a matter of fact, I might just do that. Now that I think about it, it might not be a bad idea. I forget what this makes when you use it. I think it makes like a tea or something. Like a pretty good tea as well for restoring FP, so... But I want to cook these honey syrups as well. Basically, we're going to get access to cooking when we go back to Rogueport, so that should come in handy. And I'm going to buy a few mushrooms, because these are also handy to have for cooking, so... If I remember right, anyway. I'll just buy, like... Let's see. I'll buy a 3rd one, actually. I'll probably use up the tea later on, so... I have a plan in terms of what types of items I want to keep around, basically, in my inventory at all times. And effectively, it's 3 mushrooms cooked, 2 honey syrups cooked, and then a life shroom, which is not cooked, because when you cook a life shroom, it doesn't have the same life regenerating properties that it does when it's a raw item. So it's, at least I think it's better to keep a regular life shroom in your inventory as insurance, so. Alright, well, we're off to go see what's going on at the magical map section near the Thousand-Year Door. There's also a shine sprite for us to go grab over there because we couldn't access it before. Oh! I'm vibrating because my mailbox SP is going off. Hello, what do we got? It is, yes, I got it right before I left. Spent a little bit of my money from the last adventure. My dearest Mario, I send this letter in the hope that it reaches you safely. I'm being held against my will in some strange place. Big fucking shock. Though I do not know where I am, I remain unharmed and in relative comfort. Relative is, well, relative. Those who've captured me seem to be after the map I sent you earlier. They may be hoping to use it to find objects they call the Crystal Stars. I do not know what they are planning, but I have a feeling it is not anything positive. Yeah, could have gotten that from anything else. Mario, please collect these crystal stars before they do. You must. They are already aware that you have the map, so please be very careful. And please, don't worry about me. Princess Peach. Well, I don't know where she is still, but I guess it's reassuring that she's okay. So, yeah. Yeah, no, not at all. Let's hope that doesn't become a problem later. I'll leave Koops out. He's probably going to be the first one that I shine sprite up anyway. Like I said before, he comes in pretty handy for those. I don't think I'm going to fight these enemies on the way out unless they, like, actively run into me, because once you get to, like, a chapter after you, were supposed to fight those guys, the experience you get for fighting them is really, like, not very high, so I usually just avoid the encounters unless I absolutely can't, like if they're faster than me or something, you know. Which is a possibility. But anyway, we're done there, so let's get out of here and head on back to Rogueport. There's a few new things we can get here in Rogueport, by the way, now that we have access to paper mode, and I think I might go get a few of them while we're hanging around here. The city opens up quite a bit with each new thing that you get, with each new curse. So, don't think we can get that just yet, though. No, because you see that crack that's up there in the wall? Same crack as there was in the wall in Hooktail Castle. So hopefully that spike room, like, retracted somewhat since the last time we were there, because otherwise I don't think we're getting in there. We can, however, get in here now, so let's see where this leads. Probably into the background, right? Yep. Well, let's go see what this house has to offer. By the way, if you fall down the little pits here, you'll just end up falling basically through the ceiling and end up back on the previous platform. So, and then you'll lose an HP, which is fine. Hello there. I think you were you in... I don't know if it was Merly or Merlovely that was in the previous Paper Mario game. It could have even been Merlin, frankly, but I think at least one of them was in Paper Mario 64, so. Hello, Fortune Teller. Sounds like a plan. Uh-huh. What's the going rate for a spell? Excuse me. So the path you can choose the cheap path for 5 coins, a normal path for 20, or a special path for 50. Actually, I'm gonna come back for that later. Sorry. I need to keep my money for the things I want to buy for right now, but I will come back with more money to burn, and we'll see what that's all about later. Usually you want to buy the special path, because that's the one that activates the most. So, we'll talk about that later when we actually have some more money to burn. But for now, I need to save the money for my badges. Koops? Oh. You keep doing that, man! You can't just keep teleporting in and out of existence. I mean, you can, but... it's ridiculous. How the hell am I supposed to keep track of you? Hey, Dazzle, I found a few more star pieces. Let's see, which one would I want out of this? Happy Heart Partner actually wouldn't be too bad. Pretty Lucky would also be pretty good. Because those are both the ones that I'm actually going to get later on in the game that I'll want to equip. So, but I don't know if I want to buy them at the moment. So, I might get Heart Finder, Flower Finder, and Item Hog, though, because those will actually, like, if we're ever really hurting for items in some way, those will actually come in handy. So maybe I'll use my spare star pieces to buy these, so... How much do I need to equip this? 3? Okay, I mean, I can probably unequip something for that. There's a point in the game where we're going to have 2 spare BP because of a badge that I don't want to always have equipped. So, yeah, I mean, I can unequip something else to get it. So, yeah, let's check it out. Very nice. I'm happy for you, Dazzle. Sounds like a plan. I'll see if I can find any more for you. I'm sure they're around here somewhere. Actually, let me sort those as well. We'll cook up the horsetail, too, because that should give us something. So, we've got Item Hog. This makes it likelier that items will appear after battle. And that can be pretty nice. If you're looking for a specific item, like if you're looking for a certain healing item or something to that effect, you can probably get some. So that's good. Before we go down to the 1,000-Year Door, let's head upstairs. And we'll go see Merlin. I might even go take care of that gentleman on the east side of town here, actually, because that wouldn't be too bad of a deal. Is that my brother? What's he doing here? Actually, before I take care of that guy, let me go save, and then I'll go see my brother. But Luigi's here for some strange reason. He must have gotten worried about me. After our last adventure in Superstar Saga, he was probably like, bro, you're off on your own again. I'm a little concerned. I want to make sure you're okay, and you've got actual people helping you, and it turns out we do, so that's good. Now Luigi doesn't have to get his hands dirty. He can go off and, you know, buy another mansion to escape from when the ghosts try to kill him in it again. Let's chat with him first, then we'll go to Merlin. Yeah, I was going to say the same thing to you. What are you doing here, crazy guy? You're on an adventure, too. You have to rescue Princess Eclair of the Waffle Kingdom? Dude, what will Daisy say if she finds out? I feel for you, man, though. The Chestnut King. So yeah, Luigi has his own separate adventure going on in the Waffle Kingdom. It's bad enough we went to the Bean Kingdom last time in Superstar Saga. Now he's off in the Waffle Kingdom doing whatever the hell he's doing. It's a wonder that they never included the Waffle Kingdom in a future Paper Mario game as like a world, though. At least I don't think they did. It wasn't in like 3D World or anything, was it? But yeah, honestly, I'd be down to go to the Waffle Kingdom. It sounds like a fun place, at least from what I hear from Luigi. It is a bit of a long story, but I'm okay with it. It's fine. And you can hear different tales that Luigi will tell you each time you beat a chapter. He'll get a new one. So we'll hear the Waffle Kingdom letter first. It is, like I said, a bit of a long story. It's a lot of text, but let's check it out. Why not? Yep, yes I did. I love how we got to the second line of dialogue and Mario's already ready to fall asleep. Oh, Koops is gone. Yeah, I was going to say, that's a lot of mail for us to get in such a short period of time. The letter said, Sirs, my name is Crepe. I am a cabinet minister in the far-off Waffle Kingdom. Our land has been attacked by the Chestnut King, who took our Princess Eclair. I ask, nay beg, for your assistance. The Waffle Kingdom needs your skills. I humbly request your prompt response, sirs. Sincerely, Crepe. Yeah, sure it did. Luigi's a bit of a character in this one, in case you couldn't tell. Do the Ghostbusters exist in this game's universe? If so, Luigi might want to call them when they come up. Yeah, that would be smart. Then he doesn't have to do it himself again, you know. So. Only a teensy bit, huh? Not hesitating a lot. I hope you turned the stove off on the way out. Good lord. I just come home from all this adventure, getting all this stuff done in Rogueport. My house is gone. It's burned to the ground. Oh, okay. Uh-huh. And he even gets his own magical map, a marvelous compass. Okay, so this is like a mirror adventure that Luigi's having. Honestly, if this was like DLC for this game, I'd pay $10 for it. I'd pay 20 to be honest with you, because it sounds like a whole separate game. I mean, it probably is pretty similar to what Mario's adventure is here, but I don't know. Luigi, I don't think he gets enough love in terms of the games. Nowadays he does, because he gets more time to himself, but Yeah, I don't think back in the day, like this is back in the early 2000s, late 1990s, Luigi was mostly considered to be a carbon copy, almost like a palette swap of Mario. It was only at this point in time where he was really starting to establish his own identity, so, yeah. And yeah, it even broke into 7 parts, so that's just great. I mean, ours didn't break. I guess in this way, it's kind of similar to Mario RPG, actually, his little adventure. It's just got different party members that is more reminiscent of Paper Mario, that's all. Oh, okay. Probably makes sense because they seem to find each other, so. Oh, okay, there was a base for the compass. And you had to go deep south, huh? Rumble Bump Volcano on the Pudding Continent. Oh, great. So Rogueport must be like a center of travel, basically, for a lot of these places. Like, kind of central on the map, I guess? Well, yeah, that is what we do. It's in our job description, so. Sounds like a plan, bro. Good luck at Rumble Bump Volcano. I'll be off to go someplace myself soon, but for now, let's chat with Merlin. I'm sure you did, because now we actually have the shine sprites to do this, so let's go take a look. So basically, it'll tell you what you can do with each of your partners when you, basically when you level them up by powering them up with shine sprites, you will receive a new move, and they'll also get a few more HP to each of their stats, so that's pretty good. Excuse me. In the case of Goombella, she gets multi-bonk, which is basically power bounce without having to equip a badge, so that's kind of nice for her. It works exactly the same as power bounce, by the way, so with some exceptions later in the game, but we'll talk about that later. As for Koops, he'll get the Shell Shield, which is actually one of my favorite moves in the game. It gives Mario a shield that basically gives him an extra amount of HP. So, like, he has 15 now, and if you get the shield perfect, you get, like, 5 extra HP. It's ridiculously good, especially in boss fights, because it makes it so Mario can be very tanky on the front lines. I'm going to get that right away. Shazibby! Shazubi! Scooby-Doo, where are you? Somewhere in this vast universe, I'm sure. Well, Koops, I don't know what's going on, but hopefully you understand. Well, he figured something out. Okay, thank you. So yeah, that'll increase Koops' HP up to 15. He doesn't get a whole lot of HP in this game, to be honest. I think he maxes out at 25 when you power him up again later on in the game. So it's kind of, he kind of falls off a little bit later because of that, but Shell Shield is really nice to have, and now that we have Quick Change, we can basically let him make that for us, and then quickly get the hell out of there in the next turn, so. Yeah, I think it'd be fun to see Luigi's adventure in this game. It would, you know, it'd be interesting, I think, but maybe we'll see it later. Actually, we won't, because this game has been, you know, out for 18 years, and they haven't really capitalized on it, but it's fun to think about, I guess. Anyway, now that we're fully powered up, let's just gank this guy. I can take you at this point. I don't need to pay. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. Sure you are. Let's see what you've got. Okay, so we can flee this fight if we need to, but, well, we don't need to. We got a new special move, Earth Tremor. It eats up 2 of our star power, but it shakes the ground to damage all enemies for up to 6 damage. Which is pretty good. We won't need to use it just yet. For now, let's just use our hammer. And we'll just go nuts with this guy. I'll tattle on him in a second because I can now quick change Goombella out immediately. And then I can quick change her back into my pocket after this. So let's see what this Gus guy has. What'd you find? That's Gus. He's super annoying and tries to take tolls from everyone. Max HP is 20. That's why I didn't want to fight him before, because he has a lot of HP. Attack is 3, defense is 0. All in all, he's pretty tough. Oh, and I've told you a million times, that pointy spear of his hurts if you stomp on it. I wonder if this guy watches people pass 365 days a year. Talk about a workaholic. I mean, if he gets a lot of tolls out of it, I wouldn't be surprised, so, ow. But anyway, yeah, we can take him. We just gotta get a little bit of damage off. I'm gonna use Shell Shield because, well, we just got it, so I messed that up. That's okay, though. Yeah, let's bring Koops back out and use that new technique that we just got. 4 FP, so it's a little expensive at the moment, but we should be okay. Let's give him a Shell Shield. Okay, that was... Okay, actually it was perfect. Nice. So what will happen, basically, is the shell will take damage for Mario, which, again, will essentially give him extra HP. Now, it just took 3, and it still got damaged. It might have even more than 5 HP, now that I think about it. It might even have 8, which is still a significant amount, even in the end game. That's like a quarter of my end game HP total, so... And it lasts several turns, especially if you're just fighting, like, one boss or something like that, so... Of course, if he hits the guy in the back, that doesn't really work out too well, but Mario, at the very least, is very tanky like this. So now we'll just go nuts. He doesn't have any defense, so that helps a little bit. I don't know why I'm doing stylish, as I don't need to, but... Now, obviously, you can't guard or super guard when you're under the shell shield, but still, it's actually really nice, because again, then you don't have to worry about taking any damage out of it, so... I probably should just use Earth Tremor, but I feel like that's a little overkill for a guy like this, you know? Oh yeah, and by the way, it also increased the, when we powered up Koops there, it also increased his attack by 1. So now he does 3 damage with his Shell Toss, and 3 damage with his Power Shell to all enemies. So that's actually really nice. And even though we're at a decent level, Gus still gives us 20 star points. Very good. I mean, that's my job. I'm the protagonist, bro. What did you think was going to happen? It does solve what I wanted it to solve here. Get out of here. So yeah, now we can access the east side of town. Oh, okay. No, I don't think so. Huh. No, we can't get in there just yet. But now we can get back here because we have paper mode. One of the reasons why I didn't want to come here until now is because we can't really interact with the whole thing just yet. So I said, I'll wait till later. I mean, a little bit, yeah. Fair enough. I don't know what you mean by that, but you've probably seen some things, so... There's a star piece up there. We can't quite get it yet, because we can't get to the roof, but we'll get there later, so... Oh, and here he said I wasn't going to go meet the boss. That's a funny guy he is. This is the boss. Alright, well, fair enough. Well, thanks. That's very hospitable of you. Yeah, so this is Gus right here, so you'll get to see him whenever you want. Not that you'd want to, but, you know. I don't remember if anything happens here at the Robo base, to be honest with you. I think it's just kind of there for flavor, which is whatever, but I figured I'd show it off just because we're already here, you know. Hello, sir. I mean, I could see that. There's skulls on the bridge, so... Fair enough. Yeah, that makes sense. What do we got in here? Ah, the central point for all the side quests in the game. The Trouble Center. Yes, it is. I mean, in this file, anyway. Sure, that would be good. Yeah, give me an explanation. All right. So yes, side quests in the game are called troubles, and when someone has trouble, they bring it to the Trouble Center, and then they post it on that board over there. And yeah, if you want to, you can do the side quests. None of them are necessary, but you do get some decent rewards out of them, so... Yeah, it's a decent deal. If I remember right, there's a total of 25 side quests in the game. You can also cancel the side quest if you want, but you have to pay in order to cancel it, so... If you don't want to do it, you might as well just delay finishing it up. So, yeah. And there's plenty of side quests to do at the moment. I think there's a few we can do here in town for now. I guess we can start. We'll do this one as a tutorial. This one says, they call me Garf. I have lost my key and thus cannot get into my house. That sucks. It should be somewhere in Rogueport. I just need someone to find it. I'll be waiting for you at the house at the very back end of East Rogueport. Oh, okay. So is that the where Ishmael is there? I'm gonna see if I can open my... Does my guide have a specific... Yeah, it does have a specific page for the troubles. 124. It's almost the back of the book, good lord. Let's see. Boy, these pages in here have seen better days. I've opened this book probably more than the other two. That's for sure. Okay, so according to this, everything up to Bomberto can be doable before you beat Hooktail, and then the 3 that are after that are after Hooktail, so. Alright, well anyway. We got this thing for Garth. And he is over here, I think. Yeah, there he is. He wasn't there before, but now he is here, so. Yeah, that's me. I'm the one taking on the trouble. Yeah, that wouldn't be good. Especially not in this neighborhood, so. I think he dropped it on the way to the bad shop. How convenient of a coincidence. I'm going there, too. I'm not going to take your key, but I'll definitely go to the bad shop to see what they've got in stock. Can I buy everything I want from the bad shop at the moment? Let me see. I need 150 to buy everything I want from the bad shop, but I also need to spend a few of the coins that I've got buying something else here. So the answer is no, but I can buy, well, most of the things I want. Oh, hey, Charlieton's here. He's a traveling merchant, and he'll usually set up shop here in the center of Rogueport. His stuff is interesting. He'll sell stuff at either really high or really low prices. Some stuff that you can't really get for a while, though. Like in this case, you won't get an earthquake from a shop for a while. Timing Tutor lets you learn the timing for stylish commands. That can be pretty nice, but I kind of know most of those already. You'll be able to buy jam and jellies later, although I think this one is at a discount. But yeah, it's kind of tough with him because sometimes he sells really high and sometimes he sells really low. But he will change the goods that he offers each time that he's in town. I do want to get a badge from him later on, but I don't think you can get it until Chapter 4, so we'll see. I'll be able to tell better later. Do I want anything from here? Or is it just the badge shop? Oh, I do want something from here, actually. Yeah, hang on. Hey, any chance you guys would have a contact lens in stock? I forget if you have to wait a chapter after doing this, but I don't think you do. Oh, okay. Well, fair enough. Okay, I appreciate it. We'll check back after we're done going to the take the crystal star down to the door, which we might do today. I don't know yet. We'll see. I probably should have done that like right after talking to Zesty and stepping on her contact lens, now shouldn't I? But oh well. Anyway, over by the badge shop is a house key. And yeah, Garth definitely needs it back. But first, let's go in here. This mouse looks a little familiar. Can't quite put my finger on it, but something about her just reminds me of somebody. She doesn't seem to know who I am, though. So that's fair. Let's see what they've got on sale here. The badges that you see out in stock here are the ones that they have available for sale. So they're at a lower price than they would if you buy them from this gentleman who has the full stock in his inventory. Thank you. Glad to be here. I'm buying. Let's see. Special deals are on the counter, so let's see what other ones you have. And yeah, they've got some halfway decent stuff in here. So they'll restock and not change their badges, but they'll get new badges each chapter. We got a last stand partner already. There's actually a last stand on the counter there for a discount, so that's one I want to grab. But I also want to grab Sleepy Stomp, because you can get this one by going down and doing an optional dungeon down in the sewers there, but I won't be doing that optional dungeon for a while, because I want to, basically when I do it, I want to get all the way to floor 50 without stopping. So I'm going to wait to do that optional dungeon until later. And if you do up to floor 10, you can get a Sleepy Stomp, but like I said, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to wait until we get in later. So I'm going to buy Sleepy Stomp while we're here. So let's purchase this. Sounds like a plan. I'll take it. Thank you. That's a good badge. Yes, but they're on the table, so I'll go grab it myself. Thank you. And yeah, this last stand is I'm actually glad that one of these showed up. One of the badges I wanted to buy showed up in the shop, because it'll save me a few coins, so that's not too bad. I want this last stand. Thank you. Yeah, you only get one deal. You can't just keep buying them at a 35 coin rate. Not that you'd want to keep buying more of these badges. You could, but I don't really particularly need them, I don't think. Anyway, let's sort these. And I'm going to unequip Last Stand Partner at the moment. We'll re-equip these when we get a few more badge points. But for now, Let's see. I'm gonna re-equip. I'm gonna not re-equip, but equip Sleepy Stomp. So now we actually have both of our jumping techniques that I'm gonna have for the entire game. We'll keep both of these. Sleepy Stomp does what a Sleepy Sheep basically does. And ignore what it says, where it says it makes enemies sleep if you execute it superbly. You could completely fail the action command and still put an enemy to sleep. And when it puts an enemy to sleep, it puts them to sleep for 5 turns, which is a lot of turns for a single badge. Now, you can equip more badges, and it'll put them to sleep for even more turns if you want, but yeah, 5 turns is a lot. It's definitely enough to disable the enemy for a significant period of time, so you can beat everything else, and then you can take care of them when everything else is no longer a problem. So I'll be trying to use Sleepy Stomp to put like the hardest enemies on the screen in each battle to sleep, if I need it, and then we'll take care of the other enemies, and then we can come back for those. So I was just checking to see if they got the contact lens in stock just yet, but it doesn't appear as though they do. That's okay. They don't need to. It means we can't access the west side of Rogueport just yet, but that's okay. We don't need to do that either for now, because we've got a Crystal Star to go take care of, so let's go take care of that first. We'll solve Garf's trouble, though, while we're at it. And probably when we get to the next episode, we'll do a few more of the troubles here, because a few of them have you go back to Petalburg, so that's okay, though. Oh yeah, I kind of need to go tell Garf I have his key before I report the trouble, don't I? Actually, I did. Here you go. Yeah, no place like home, right? Okay, thank you. You get 20 coins for getting him back into his house. Nice. Well, that'll replenish a few of the things that a few of the coins I used on those badges, so that's good. We definitely have enough to buy the contact lens when it gets into the shop now, though. I think it's like 30 coins, if I remember right, or 34? Some odd number. It's a good enough place. I mean, you know, there's no rewards for coming in here, but I'm glad you could be able to get back into your house. That's always nice. Yeah, we can't quite get up there just yet, but there is a lower box over there, but there's no hole in the fence, so we can't just get around there. And I don't think you can go like this to get there. No, you cannot. So, yeah, there's that. All right, enough fiddling around. Let's head downstairs and take the Crystal Star to the 1,000-year door. While also doing a whole bunch more paper mode shenanigans while we're at it, because, of course, why wouldn't I screw around? I'm almost done with the episode for today, so of course I'm going to screw around. It just makes sense. Excuse me. Now, you could go forward and come all the way around, but now that we have paper mode, we could just do that and fall right through. So, is there anything in here? I don't think so. Well, nothing I can find just yet, unless there's like a hidden block or something. Nope. Okay. No, anyway, we can go in here, but if we go in here... Oh, okay. Another spike room. Yeah, you have to make it through this entire gauntlet of spikes without... Because if you take damage from the spikes by stepping on them, you end up right back here at the beginning, so... You have to make it through the entire gauntlet without them hitting you, and that's only like 3 seconds in between them coming out and retracting, so... We're not going to be able to do that just yet. I'm a little quick on my feet, but I'm not that quick on my feet, so... Now, I do wonder something when we go down here. Because as you may recall, there was a little dude that went in this little hole here the last time we were here. I wonder if he shows up if you go in here now. I'm going to find out. Doesn't appear as though he does. I think, if I remember right, though. There's a hidden block in here, and I don't remember where it is. There's also an item up there that we can't quite get access to just yet, but... Maybe I should look up where this hidden block is, huh? It's got to be around here somewhere. I could have sworn it was in here, and that was why I had it listed in Chapter 2, but it could be that I could have accessed it all along, and it was just in here. Well, let's go find out. Well, okay. Let's take care of the Spinias first, though, because they're going to be annoying if I don't, so... I mean, I can take care of all these guys in one shot with Koops now, I guess, so... As a matter of fact, why not? Let's do that. Gonna need the sweet treat next turn, but that's okay. Or next time we fight, but that's okay. Yeah, as you can see, you only get like 1 experience from these guys now. You get a few coins, but it's not really a substantial amount. Alright, I think I'll sweet treat. We still have Earth Tremor, but I don't want to use it just yet. We'll use it later when it's a little more appropriate to use. So. Well, we got 2 of those poison mushrooms out of the way right away, so that should give us a little bit of free time. Okay, that's a pretty good heal. We got everything all the way to full like I wanted to, so that's good. Sure, let's bring Bella in, why not? It doesn't really matter, so... I guess I could have had Coop stay in because he can get 2 stylish instead of just 1, but... Oh well. No big deal, no harm done. Thank you for the heart. How many shine sprites do we have now, by the way? We only have, we don't have any. Alright, well, that'll make it a little tougher to get Goombella an upgrade, but she'll get there. Alright, let's fly on over to the 1,000-year door. There we go. And now that we have paper mode, we can also go up here because we can go through this little section and hop on up here. I just gotta, you know, actually go there, so. And since we have it, we can fly over the top of the 1,000-year door altar and get to the other side of this ledge, where we can hop up here. There we go. To get another shine sprite. Very nice. And let's check out what's in here just because. We're already over here, so I might as well show it off. No, big pipe. Can't jump in that. Can't jump in that either. I wonder where that comes from. What does this say? Deepest level reached, record power bounces, star pieces found. So this will keep track of your star pieces and the levels you get to in here and also your power bounce record, so that's kind of nice, but that's really the only thing you get out of a power bounce record, out of power bounce itself. You don't get extra items like you did in Super Mario RPG with Super Jump, so... Danger, do not enter. This pipe is the entrance to the pit of 100 trials. First attack and bump attack badges don't work, so beware. We don't have those badges just yet, but basically those let you kill weak enemies in the field without fighting or getting them, or you get more of a preemptive strike if I remember right with first attack. Chill out still works if I remember right though, so they won't get a first attack on you. But basically you don't want to go down there because then you'll be stuck there for 10 levels and the enemies down there at this point are pretty hard, so... Not impossible to defeat, but I wouldn't recommend going down there myself at the moment, so... Alright, and let's bring Koops out because he hasn't seen this little light show. Goombella has, but he has not, so... Let's go check it out. Yep, that's the plan. Let's see what happens. Well, last time we were here, it filled out the map, and this time the crystal star is, I don't know if it's stored here or what, or if we're going to keep it in our inventory, but it seems to me like the crystal stars are all stored here, and then the map can call them to its location temporarily when we use a star power move. I could be wrong about that, but that's what seems to happen, so. It's the reason why we can't just gather them up because when it comes through the map, because the map only summons them temporarily, so. Okay, well that one's not too far away actually. We're right in that center of the map there, so that one's only a little bit north of us in the woods. Excuse me, and I think that's the Emerald Crystal Star, so. We got another location for the Crystal Stars. And yeah, like I said, should be pretty close, shouldn't be too long of a trip. Yes, it did. Well, I mean, you haven't left your hometown, so... Yeah, probably a good idea. He'll probably know how to get there. Because I sure don't. I just got here, so... Getting a little overzealous with the mm-hmm-ing there, Professor. Did you figure something out? Okay, well, I'm glad you know what's going on. I'm getting to that, my boy. So the next one's in Boggly Woods. We knew that already because of the Princess Peach section, but yeah, now our heroes know that as well. A big tree, huh? Hopefully it's not a big tree cannon. That would suck. Odd creatures that look like that, huh? Okay, interesting. Yes, I think there might be. I mean, the sewers seem to have a whole bunch of pipes leading all over the place, so. Oh yeah, I guess we should mention that, yeah, they're looking for them too, and yeah, she's having a bit of a problem. I guess we're gonna have to get them faster then, huh? Too many variables in this equation. We need to solve it simpler. We need to define some of those variables. Alright. Yep, long as we keep going and finding these crystal stars, we should be able to keep ahead of them, at least to some degree. Fair enough. Yeah, it's probably a good idea. Alright, sounds like a plan. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do like another side quest or two and then we'll call it a day. I really, basically at this point I'm just stalling to see if the contact lens comes in now. I really hope that by not checking until now I don't have to wait until the end of chapter 2 to cook stuff, because that would, I mean, it wouldn't be the end of the world, it just would kind of suck a little bit, but anyway. Because, I mean, there's this quest here where this guy is hungry, and I mean, you can give him anything, but I like cooking a dish for him because, I mean, he's asking for food, he's not asking for raw mushrooms. He would eat them, but yeah, anyway. Yeah, let's do Magumba's safe delivery. This is Magumba, like everybody knows who he is. And I have a simple task. I need to have something delivered. Unfortunately, for reasons I won't mention, I can't be seen walking around Rogueport. Meet me behind Zest's house on Rogueport Plaza. Alright, fair enough. Let's check it out. Can I take more than one trouble at a time? No, I cannot. And that's one of the only unfortunate parts about troubles in this game, is that, let's say you have several troubles that are in the same town. You can't just take all of the troubles at once and then go to that town and take on all their quests. You can only take them one at a time, which means you have to walk to Rogueport, grab the quest, go all the way to the town, take care of their trouble, and then come all the way back. So it's a little bit annoying, at least at the beginning of the game. Later on, we'll get access to some better stuff, and that guy being outside is actually a good sign. I think that means my contact lens is ready. Let's check that out in a minute. First, let's go see Magumba. Sounds like a plan. What do you got? You got the goods? I don't know. You got the money? Goomfrey, huh? Okay, he's in front of Professor Frankly's place. I will do the best I can. I will not be seen with this box because I'm going to stick it in my absolute storage space, so... yeah, there you go. Let's see if my contact lens is in. Hi. Man, that was a quick special order. Yeah, they get it really quickly if you don't... like, if you ask them before or during Chapter 1, they don't get it until this point in time. But if you ask them for it after you come back from defeating Hooktail, they'll get it basically the next time you stop by the shop. So, like, if you leave the area, and by that I mean Rogueport, so if you go into the sewers and then you come back out, it's here at that point. So, replaces the mushroom in the shop, but it's only 10. Okay, interesting. I thought it was 34. That's a lot more economical. Yeah, I'll take it. You even get a point for the shop as well for buying it. And the best part about this, I ended up with 69 coins at the end. I swear, I don't plan for these things to happen. They just sort of happen. And at this point, it's too much of a not coincidence. Like, it can't be just a string of coincidences, right? There's got to be something to that. Like, I start to get a little superstitious at this point, you know? Like, good lord. Hey, Zesty. I did bring you a new contact lens. Here you go. I'm glad that I could help, I guess. Couldn't you just have gotten glasses? I don't know, maybe those are pretty expensive. Well, anyway. Yeah, I can figure that much. I've been stomping on Goombas and Koopas and everything else for like 20 years. No offense, Goombella and Koops. At this point, it was like 20 years. 22, I think. And I don't think that they like being stomped on, so... anyway, let's go see Goomfrey. Is this Goomfrey? Might be. Yes, it is. This is what you needed, right? Oh, okay, fair enough. I know nothing. I don't know what just happened, but it does not concern me. Alright, sounds like a plan. Yeah, so you'll get your reward when you go see McGoomba, so let's go see him. And then after that, we'll go do another trouble. I'll probably do that Bomberto one because I've got something that I can cook. And that'll give me an excuse to show off cooking in this game. So that should be good. I did deliver it. Okay, thank you. And yeah, it'll get you another 20 coins, so it basically pays for the contact lens. Perfect. Good job, you just helped in a drug deal. Yeah, something like that, yeah. They're not allowed to say it was a drug deal because this is a Nintendo game, and Nintendo kind of frowns upon that, but... I mean, to be fair, in the next game that we're going to be playing, people smoke all over the place, and there's drinking all over the place, so there's definite drug references in the next one, and it's a Nintendo game, so... I don't know, maybe there's something to that. Hey, Zesty. I heard you're a pretty good cook. Yeah, that's me. Mr. Stomp-A-Lot. Everybody's coming up with a nickname for Mario in this game when they were doing it to Luigi in the last one. Well, I mean, you wear a chef's apron around town. The only other thing I could think that would be is like a blacksmith apron. So, but yeah, bring ingredients to Zesty, and Zesty will cook some food for you. And cooking in this game is really, really good. As a demonstration, let's cook a few things, shall we? First things first, let's cook the turtley leaf first. So normally, eating it raw will replenish 3 FP. But if you cook it up... Now, she can only do 1 ingredient at a time at the moment. Eventually, she'll be able to do 2, but that's not until later. You have to complete a side quest later in the game. And once she can cook 2 things, her cooking opens up even more. So, if it wasn't already busted at the moment, it'll be even more busted later. So you saw the flame that happened there. That meant that the recipe was a success. Certain items, not the ones that we have, the ones that we have will always be a successful food item that you'll get out of them at the moment. At least I think they all are. But certain items, if you try to cook them, they might end in failure, which will result in a cloud of smoke coming out instead. And then you'll get, I think, a mistake, if I remember right. So, which is just it's a crappy item that maybe restores like 1 HP or something like that, so it's not really that good. What you got for me? Some Koopa tea, which now replenishes 7 FP. So yeah, steeping the leaf actually gets you a better healing item. I won't use this item, well, I'll use it probably, but I prefer a different healing item when it comes to FP, and I'll show you what that is in just a moment. We'll cook up a bunch of stuff because we're already here, we might as well. Let's cook up that horsetail and see what it does. It cooks up, it gives you 3 HP, but if you cook it, I don't actually remember what happens, so we're going to find out. Nintendo can't have Mario have anything to do with drugs or drug deals, etc. Yeah, that would, Nintendo would probably have to really explain that one away when he's being marketed to kids, you know? So, wouldn't really work out. Oh, okay, fair enough. So this will give us a mistake. Yes, that's a failed attempt because we probably didn't have enough ingredients there. That was basically, I mean, I basically gave her a cattail and told her to cook it, so. Sounds like a plan. I'm not going to eat the mistake. I might even give that to Bomberto. He might like it, but then again, I might just sell it. Let them get rid of it. Throw it in the trash bin for 1 coin. So those two, you've got a failure and a success. Let's see what happens when we cook a mushroom. Surely this will be very easy to cook and easy to make something interesting out of. Now, normally mushrooms restore 5 HP. When she cooks it up, she has to cut it up quite a bit, but it is a big mushroom, so. What do we got? A shroom fry. So now this restores 6 HP and also 2 FP. So it is just flat out better than a mushroom in every single way. I think a super shroom will also cook into a shroom fry. So in that case, you'd probably rather just keep it and eat it raw. But yeah, 6 HP and 2 FP is nothing to sneeze at this point. That's like over 1/3 of our HP. So I'll cook up these other 2 mushrooms off screen as well in just a few minutes. But let's cook up the last item, unique item that we have, which is the honey syrup. This one is really good, actually, because not only will it restore FP, it'll also do something else, as you'll see in a moment. So. Excuse me. It's weird. Lunch is deciding to attack me hours after I ate it. Usually it just attacks early and gets it over with, but today it's playing the long game with me. So when you cook up a honey syrup, you get some fresh juice. This restores 5 FP, and it doesn't just cure poison, it cures most of the status ailments in the game, actually. So it's basically a honey syrup and a tasty tonic in a single item, and since we only have 10 item slots, that's really nice because it saves us on some inventory slots. And now that the shroom fries restore FP and we have Sweet Treat, yeah, we don't need to worry about FP basically ever again now. We'll be able to get plenty of FP because we get a whole bunch of it. Oh, by the way, I think you can jump while you're in paper mode, but you can't get back here. This isn't like an actual secret passage or anything, even though you can jump for it. So, just in case you were wondering. You know, thinking about it, Bomberto said he was hungry, right? Should I just give him... I don't think I want to give him the mistake. I think I actually want to give him some actual food. Because I would feel bad if I gave him the mistake when he said he was hungry. I mean, it's like a dead fish, right? So, on that plate. Or a horsetail cut up to look like a dead fish. Let's get him a shroom fry, shall we? Or I'll give him the one that I have, and I'll just cook another one for myself. So. Oh, by the way, now that Zesti's out of the way, we can go to the west side of town. But I'm going to save that for next time because we're not running short on time. But we are at about 2 hours and 40 minutes at the moment, so I figure I'll save that for next time we got a little more time. There's a lot to do in Rogueport after the end of Chapter 1, as you can plainly see. It goes down a little bit later because there's less troubles to do. There's only about 3 per chapter to do. But since we saved all these until after Chapter 1 was over, we got a bit of a laundry list of things to do, so... Anyway, Bomberto, he's hungry. This is Bomberto, and I need you to do some shopping. Please come right quick, because I'm starving. It's a weird Australian accent. Meet me in Rogueport out at the docks. Okay, fair enough. Let's go meet Bomberto. And we'll see if we can satiate his hunger with our new cooking skills. Yeah, cooking in this game, I love it. It's so good. It just takes items like that you would normally be like, okay, I mean, these items are good, but they're not great. And some of those items you get for free in dungeons and stuff. And you can just turn them into some really powerful items in exchange for a little bit of legwork. So it's really nice. I like it. It's a solid addition. The only difference I think I would make is I would like to actually be a part of the process. I would like to cook things myself. But, well... that's a different game. I think that's something you can do in Kingdom Hearts 3, if I remember right. I think Cole said there's a cooking minigame in that one. Where is this Bomberto guy, anyway? Is that him over there? Oh, no, that's a different guy. We'll go talk with him in a minute. One of these Bob-ombs has to be Bomberto. Oh, it's you. Okay, hey. Oh, that's not good. Somebody's in trouble at home. Well, I don't want you to eat walrus whiskers. Those would probably not be too appetizing. But yeah, he could be picky, but he doesn't really care at this point. As long as it's food, he'll eat it. And again, I'm not going to give him the mistake because that would just be mean, so. I brought you some food. I sure did. How's a shroom fry sound? Well, good. Glad to hear it. And we get 11 coins for giving that to him, which is more than what we paid for the mushroom that we used to cook that anyway, so it's fine. It's not really a big deal. There indeed is a cooking minigame in Kingdom Hearts 3. Okay, yeah. I don't know if it's as easy to do as this game. Cole made it seem like it was fun, but it took a little bit of more legwork to do than stuff. Like in this game, you pretty much can cook stuff whenever, because, I mean, you could just go to the shop next door and buy some stuff and then just take it right to her. But, yeah, that's me. Hi. Who are you? I don't know if I'm much of a celebrity, but an investment, huh? Lumpy. Going to dry desert. Good luck with that. That place is nasty sometimes. Uh-huh. I don't know if I have enough money. I don't have 100 coins to give you, and sorry. I think if you do invest with him, he'll eventually give you some money, or like money back when he gets his startup going, but coins are harder to come by in the early game than I'd like them to be. I mean, if you don't have anything else to buy, I guess you could give him an investment, but yeah, I don't really want to give him one right now because I need the money myself, so. Alright, well, Well, let's get rid of that mistake. You know what? I'll get rid of the mistake, and I'll go cook up the mushrooms and honey syrup that we have left here. And then after that, we'll go explore the west side of Rogueport, and then we'll see if we can find our way to Boggly Woods on the next episode of Paper Mario, almost said Super Mario, Paper Mario, the 1000-Year Door, the Stream Edition, which will be happening on Saturday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So thank you for watching, everybody. I appreciate you coming out to Twitch and YouTube to check out the stream, and I'll see all of you on the next one, which, as I said, will be on Saturday. 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Until then, everybody, take care and have a good one. Koops was out last time, so we'll let Goombella fall asleep this time. Although I might press end before they even get to that point. Well, we'll find out soon enough.